he started walking back and started to sweat.
Yep.
All of his pores opened up. He said his legs were like on fire. He didn't know what to do. He was still like 3/4 of a mile from the car. And he's like, I could barely walk. It hurt so bad. So he just like cried and ran through the woods till he got back. He tried washing his pants 4 times and they still smell like pepper spray.
I think I'd full on would have like yanked the britches off and jumped in the water.
I think I would have went right in the mud, just put mud all
mud it up.
What do you do?
I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing that's really going to help kind of take some of that out of there.
What if you would accidentally spray yourself like in the face? Like he would have been screwed.
Oh, screwed, man.
Like you couldn't do anything.
No, I mean,
crawl
all the water
around
in the world. It just
Well, it's a really good way to.
That would be terrible.
And his luck, he would have been like trying to reach for leaves. And he would have grabbed like poison ivy or poison oak and rubbed it all over his face. Add insult to injury.
Yeah.
He just Rochambeau'd himself.
This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass.
Perfect opening.
That's just me with freezer. It's your tag. You hunt how you look. This is Okayest Hunter.
Man.
Welcome to the Okayest Hunter podcast.
Oh, that was a stellar opening.
Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're new, hi.
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
If you're coming back, how you doing?
What's up?
Thanks. Thanks for coming back.
What's up, Miss Tasty? Do I smell like a buck?
I don't know, but there's definitely something ruddy in the air. We're all a little elevated.
Yeah, I think.
Well, we know what you are. I mean, you're in the lift chair over here.
I think the rut applies to humans.
Yeah. Chair
I'm feeling pretty ready myself. I'm gonna fight. I'll flip this table right now.
Greg was fighting with a tree in your front yard on the walk.
Yeah. He just kind of ran into and knocked himself out.
I'm okay, guys.
Holy cow. We're brought to you by Nosler. Check out nosler.com. Code OHP. Save yourself 20% off, even on the whitetail country.
Get the new whitetail country, which is already a good deal.
The tagline is unofficially accurate AF. At least that's what I'm saying.
It's not the tagline at all, but it's true.
Do they have a tagline for I mean, maybe not for that.
Hand it over. Let's see.
I don't think there is a.
The tagline for whitetail country for the whitetail hunters are instead of shooting 20 times, you can probably get away with 4.
Yeah. The tagline is center fire rifle cartridges. Not as good as accurate.
That's what they are.
Accurate AF is way better.
Yep.
You should talk to their marketing person.
But if I can shoot 2 bullets through the same hole at a quarter at 100 yards, I think we're onto something. And then when my buddy Mike Kulas can do the same, we're really onto something.
Rifle likey.
Yeah, you know Mike. He'll be on the show in a couple weeks before deer camp, riling everybody up. He's like the little shit that just gets everyone all fired up.
You always need an instigator.
Yeah. Mike is the quintessential instigator.
He's the guy that can't fight but gets you into a fight at the bar. Oh, you'll kick his ass, right, Eric? What the hell, man? That literally happened.
That's Mike.
Sounds like Justin from Oregon.
Yes, that is. Every group's got one.
Every group's got one.
We know which guys to watch out for.
Shout out to everybody else. Latitude, Spartan Forge, Rack Hub. You want to mount your memories on the wall. Rack Hubs. Well, still, it could get weird.
He's all talking high and mighty about the rut and then mounting things. And
things are moving.
Yeah, they're getting mounted during the rut. Yeah, they're getting bred.
Here comes kid number 4.
He mounts her, you mount him.
Yeah.
Now, like, on the wall.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go on.
Anyway, this just got weird.
Spartan Forge will help you figure. I mean, it's full range days every day right now. I think
it is
nothing special that you're going to see in the AI side, but the historical weather stuff is cool. The wind direction is cool. All that stuff that you would come to expect. It's on one spot, which is just nice. And obviously, the topo maps you can study them forever, but you got to get your ass out there. As someone in this room has mentioned, you got to, in order to kill a big deer, you got to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
In order to see deer, you got to.
And were you
deer?
I was out on the new platform. The profile platform from Latitude,
and
it's great. It's just great. They have the X-Wing. I like that. I think I like this better. Just there's more surface area for my feet because you get shifty up there after a while. Easy to set up. It's pretty straightforward. Saddle's nice to stick.
I haven't used it yet.
I got 4 sticks now, so I was up pretty high.
When I was in Illinois.
You were high in the tree.
I was up there a couple times. I like to get
up there.
Plenty of elevation underneath me.
Yeah. How does that fuck with your shot angle? Your shot, like, how are you?
I didn't shoot anything, so it didn't fuck with
it
at all.
You did, but like, what do you like? I'm wondering if I'm up that high.
It worked fine.
What are you doing?
Everything's fine if you don't shoot.
Spine deer.
Yeah, that's what they did in the old Tree Lounge videos. They
Yeah,
just
they
hunted
just
high and spined everything.
Spined every deer.
I mean, you get it a second shot because they can't move.
Bob
So
and Margaret High.
this one will look pretty in a basket getting rubbed. Full body mount. Anybody knows those videos? Those are
Those
some
are classics,
epic
man.
VHS tapes.
All you had to do was like mail in for them, and they would send them to you.
Yeah, for free.
Oh,
free.
that's
Bob and Margaret.
Barbara and Margaret Heiss.
So where do we want to start? You want to get some updates from us and then dive into your juicy story or what?
Juicy.
Juicy.
Let's pour this.
Yeah, let's do the
can
updates.
You do the honors.
I get to do the honors. Eric got us a beautiful bottle of Redwood Empire Foggy Burl single malt whiskey.
That sounds fancy.
This is like an elk moose with mushroom antlers.
Wow.
I don't know what the hell's
This
going
is
on.
gonna
but
send you to a
that's-
new
That
place.
is trippy.
This
There's
is gonna
a
send us to
hallucinogenic
somewhere
in it.
really interesting.
Did they?
Can you just make sure you get everything on film so we know what happened tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're all waking up in Eric's basement, hopefully clothed, but
My head is in the litter box. Just getting used to the new
Just get
cat
used to-
smell.
Yeah, you might as well get used to it.
Oh.
Oh man, here it is.
Say when.
Glur, glur, glur,
Take it
glur,
while it's
glur,
hot.
glur,
That's
glur.
it. That's
Take
it.
it while
That's
it's hot.
All right. Take what's up. Take what's up.
Like,
Is
what?
that from Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
The pastor.
Oh.
That was a confession.
You're a cool
Said that
cat.
in- it said that
That's
in
why I like you.
confidence. Oh.
All right.
Put the gun down, lady. You can't just shoot people.
Oh Lord.
All right. Updates. What's
Updates.
been
Okay,
happening?
well-
Come on, boys. Let's hear it.
Let's just get into my fandangled shit show that happened last weekend. We know I cut my finger, so that was posted about.
On a piece of grass.
I don't know if it's a
It
piece of
was
grass.
Did you
grass.
post that?
Tell me if that's grass. It was a chunk. I'm missing a
Dude,
chunk.
this
Maybe
this
you never
scar
know.
right here was from freaking grass. I had to
Yes.
get stitches
Yeah, I don't know. But
from freaking like reeds down by my old pond where I used to live.
Canary grass. If
That
you,
shit is nasty if you hit
pull
it at
on
the wrong
you
angle.
hit it at the wrong angle. It's just like a paper cut. It's awful. Yeah. So,
So Eric sent a friendly group text picture of blood
blood on
all
canary
over the
grass.
canary grass, and we were
going-
like,
we're like, huh?
"Oh, I did it!"
And he's like, wait, but it's my. I think it's my blood.
it's not from a deer.
It's not from a deer. And we're like,
It's a
"Oh."
repeat of 2 years ago
Yeah.
when you sliced your
Broadhead though. That was a nice clean cut.
Yeah.
Deep as deep AF.
Yeah, that required stitches, did it not?
No,
Or we
they
butterflied
did
that.
something.
Super glue
they
and
did some
tape or-
glue or something. I
Yeah.
don't know what they did at the doctor.
Little body glue.
Something weird. But no, so yeah, cut myself. So I'm bleeding everywhere. That's like how it started. Actually, I got to back up. The night started when I went to Sherpers and got some new warming layers because my other ones, they've just been ruined by that ozone bag before I knew that you shouldn't do that. So like there's no elastic, so they just were like falling down.
Is that the first light stuff I handed off to you?
No, it was the minus 33.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, so I got some new minus 33 because that's what they carry. Anyway, and I was like, oh, all that non-scented deodorant doesn't work at all. But I don't want scented deodorant. I do want something maybe to help.
You and I were talking about deodorant the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got the nose jammer because it smells like vanilla. And I've had that before. And I was like, okay, well, if they're going to smell something, maybe they'll be confused or pleasantly delighted. Either way, it's better than whatever stench
Dark
is coming off me.
temptation.
Yeah.
Homestead decor.
So I grab the shit off the shelf and I get home and I'm like, all right, I'm about out the door, right? And I put this deodorant on, I'm like, it's burning a little bit. And I'm thinking, oh, it's killing some germs. That's great. Oh, what the fuck? It's really burnt. Oh my God.
It's killing my red blood cells.
Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't get in the shower fast enough. I was starting to get like genuinely concerned. It was hurting really bad. I was in some severe pain. And I got in the shower and I was like, is this going to make it worse or better? Hot water. Oh, this isn't good. So then I was like, what am I doing? Now I don't have any deodorant. What do I do? Do I use soap? And I'm going to stink. It was just like a whole mess. Nowhere on the packaging did it say to not put on the human body. Additionally, it comes in a fucking thing that looks like deodorant.
It's a deodorant stick is what it
A
is,
deodorant
right?
stick. You can't manufacture deodorant and then also manufacture another product that isn't deodorant and put it in the thing that goes where the deodorant goes. Who
Right.
owns this company? Is it fair?
Every day, the world invents a better idiot. Case in point.
Dude, I looked for the idiot warnings everywhere. They're not there. Anybody could make this mistake.
Oh man!
But you did, and that makes it special.
I thought it was weird because it came in its own little bag. But that was like a little bit. I was like, oh wow, they're really taking the scent control pretty serious. They put the deodorant in a fucking sealed bag. So, oh god,
Eric had sent a
Oh,
photo
no.
of the nose jammer
Nose
stick, and
jammer.
I immediately knew. I was like, "This is not gonna
No,
be good.
no, this can't be
This
good.
is not
This
gonna be
can't-
good."
this is not
what are
gonna
you
be-
supposed to rub it on? It's like rub it on branches. What the fuck? What am I doing? Why am I running around the woods with deodorant putting on branches? Who buys this shit?
You did?
This is a very explicit episode because I'm really frustrated that hurts so bad.
Man.
Dude, my wife's like, you smell good. I was like, don't fucking talk to me right now. It
Do
still
not launch
smells.
bourbon
I'm like, you know
through
what? I
your
could probably just
nose.
rub this on my clothes and it would take care of any of the what's it called? Perspiration?
Perspiration.
That's a tough word right now. Words are hard. Deodorant doesn't make sense. Then then I
It's
you
not
know,
an antiperspirant, by the way.
not. I mean, it definitely gave me the scent I was
It's
looking
jammer of the nose.
Jammer.
It jams your armpits pretty
for.
good.
I'm not going to be sweating
It
from my
jammed up
armpits
the
for a
pores
month.
in his armpits.
Yeah, right. I burned them off. They don't exist. So
Nope.
that was a weird situation. Then obviously I cut myself. That sucked. And then the next day I go out with Caleb and I getting in the canoe and I'm trying to shake the mud off my boot to be respectful of the stuff in the canoe. And I just tripped backwards and fell into the fucking river.
Getting in
So-
the canoe.
Yeah, the canoe.
you get
didn't
wet?
tip. I
And he
just
Did you go
didn't
in?
get it on
Yeah,
Did you go
film.
in?
Yeah, I just tripped and fell backwards in the river. Like
Was
an
it
idiot.
deep?
I don't know. It was like
A little
like
brisk,
foot or
wasn't
two.
it?
Fuck.
Yeah.
A little brisk.
Did it
Not-
help
not
with it?
bad.
Did it feel good in the nose
It had
jammer?
to feel
or
good on
did
the
it feel
armpits,
not?
right?
I was like, man, what am I doing with my life?
Dude, I feel like that every other day hunting in the fucking like, not quite to the nose jammer level, but I've done that a million times.
Nose jammers. That's new level. Like
How-
I mean, that was like Malort for my skin. It was not cool.
yes,
Malort for your
Very
soul.
good. yeah, Lord for the soul.
Don't even talk about Malort. I'm
No.
getting like
Oh,
making sure
yeah.
it's not
Wow.
in the room here.
There's like
is the
flashbacks.
proof
starting
You
of
to
this?
save
happen
that
right
for
now.
deer camp.
Yeah.
You give that to Greg at deer
No
camp is what
negative.
he was asking.
Uh-uh.
Do you think Eric will have Malort at deer camp? I hope
Oh,
so.
My guts are already turning just thinking about it.
94 proof. Batch number 002. Really?
What?
Ooh,
002?
You better hold on to that bottle.
Jeez.
It
All right.
smells like
That's
that's number
Well, it is
psychedelic.
batch 002 because it doesn't taste
Where's it
very
out of?
good.
Where's it?
It tastes just very strong.
That stuff looks like it came from where we just came from.
Does it
not too
say?
long ago,
Or
right?
it should tell me, right?
It's not bad. You taste the mushrooms in it?
Northern California. So
See,
yeah.
there you go. We weren't far
We
away.
were very close.
yeah, Redwood Empire.
That, now the
Redwood.
mushrooms make more sense.
They do make more sense.
Holy crap.
It's all coming together now.
Joel, cutting your fingers becoming a tradition. Well, it also should become a time when I kill a buck because like last
Does that
time
mean you're gonna go kill one?
that's what happened the last time.
Okay. So where are you hunting this weekend?
I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm doing this weekend.
Are you
Yeah.
hunting this weekend?
No, I don't know if I'm hunting this weekend, but I did convince my boss to just tell me to go fuck off tomorrow.
Good.
I was like, can I just work from my tree stand on my phone? Like, the ruts, like I said to everyone at work, I said, you know, I've seen the office where like it's happening. I said, that's happening in my head, but about the rut, and I need to be out there. Like I can't focus on work right now. I have to hunt.
Yeah.
And they just go hunt.
Just go.
I'm actually
Because
really,
you're a worthless piece of shit at work when
If
you're when
any
you're there.
company could understand it, though, it should be
My-
gunpowder,
that
right?
company
Like,
for sure.
I almost
Should
want to
totally
see if I
understand.
could convince Ryan, my boss, to come help me drag a deer out if I get one. I'm like, Ryan, I don't. All my buddies are busy. Can you just?
they're working because it's a work day.
It's a work day, you know.
As the owner of the company, I think you could come help me. Like,
That would be cool.
you
Yeah.
could- yeah, come
That'd
get away.
Company
that'd be fun.
sponsored event.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on.
I mean, I don't have to take the day paid. I just need it off.
Yeah. Do you have any ice fishing sleds that you could bring with the demo? I mean, come on.
I have the one I lent to Derek last night.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It worked out good.
Perfect.
What
Worked
are we doing?
beautifully.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Sleds are valuable.
Mhm. Anyway, so no, I'm tomorrow. I'm gonna try to hunt, not first light because I can't. I got to still do my morning routine, getting the kids on the bus and everything. But I'm gonna go in the morning and the day and into the last light and see what can happen. And I'm not. I love Latitude and all Latitude gear. I'm just not trying to marry myself to a tree tomorrow at all. I have found that if I put up in a tree, you get so many advantages, obviously, but I'm not even gonna bring a backpack. I'm just
Really?
gonna bring a knife, a headlamp, and a grunt tube and my bow, and that's it.
Okay.
I'm just going full kill mode.
Fucking Rambo.
He's going Rambo.
I might
love
slit a
it.
deer's throat if I
Dun,
can.
dun, dun.
I think you do it.
I think I can make it happen. There's a very, very light wind. I'm gonna play it to my favor.
Where are you going to put all your snacks?
I got pockets. I can still
Snack
put in my
pockets?
Yeah.
Don't forget to zip those pockets when you're done, because otherwise you'll be looking for your snacks. Just
That's
saying.
true. That's true. Anyway, that's it. I'm not trying to like have stuff tomorrow. it's just too like. Then I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna bring my binoculars. Ooh, I'm gonna bring my neck gaiter. Ooh, I'm gonna bring my. And the
Right.
next thing you know, I'm just
At very
dicking around the
least,
whole time.
rangefinder.
That's smart. Well, it's actually in my pocket.
Perfect.
It's like
Perfect.
tied to my chest pocket flap.
Very
People
nice.
said cargo pockets were not cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
When you're Rambo, they're cool.
They're totally cool because then you can put all your extra activities and festivities in your pockets.
Activities and festivities.
Yeah.
So, Greg, how about you? You've been out a lot.
I've been out a
I mean,
handful of times.
in contrast to me,
right.
a lot.
But limited to 2 different spots of the property because that's really what I have. Because
Are you hunting the spot where you have permission to
Mhm.
slay the does?
Mm-hmm. And the does have done an excellent job, except for the day of the wind. I had one run 3 yards from the tree. Like it was in the willow patch with me. The wind picked up and scared it so bad that it literally tucked as low as it could get to the ground and ran underneath everything like a freaking squirrel. And I'm like, there it goes. And it didn't blow, it didn't lift a tail, it just ran, zigzagged through the willows, and it was gone. I'm like, okay. And I'm watching deer on the neighbor's side, and every time the wind picked up, they boogie. So the wind really screwed. I should not have been sitting.
That was a
period.
very windy day.
It was extremely windy.
And the tree you were in did not look very big, so I'd imagine there was a
There was about a
pretty
1
good
to 2
amount
foot
of-
sway one way or the other.
which makes it tough when you got the
Yeah,
old
you know,
stick and string.
Yeah,
Yeah.
circle. But seeing deer, shoot Friday I went after work. 18 or more deer
Holy shit.
and 3 bucks.
It's amazing.
No big bucks. One was a nice 8-pointer. I probably wouldn't have shot him because he's just not quite there. But fun to watch because food plot full of does, field full of does. You hear a little couple little grunts. You know what they sound like when they're little. They're little guys, and they all of a sudden there's 2 or 3 does running around. And then you see one that looks like a doe. I bet it's got antlers, and you throw up the binoculars and you're really studying hard. Yep, I see 2 little sticks on top of his head, and he's curling his lip and he's chasing these does around. And the bigger ones just kind of look at him like, nah, F off, stomp their hoof at him. And he goes, okay, not you. And he goes right around him and chases the fawns around and off into the tall grass he went. And everything was calm again, and everybody was cool. And all of a sudden the does kind of picked up, and they're looking at one corner of that field, and I'm going, there's something over there. They don't just pick their head up. It could be the neighbor walking his dog, because that happens. But he usually warns me when he's coming out to walk his dog. So I'm watching, nothing shows. 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, I see tall white frame. I'm like, ooh, okay. And then he looked at me, looked my direction. I'm like, oh, he's not even past the ears. I'm not going to shoot at that. He's a little guy. But it was still cool to watch him lower his head and kind of corral those around and start grunting. And all of a sudden, the little one was back grunting, and he started grunting. And all of a sudden, they're chasing does all over the place.
That's a fun hunt.
It was. And then behind me, I hear a grunt. I'm like, okay, there's 2 bucks over here. I know about them already. Wonder what's coming from behind in the cattails. Can't see it. I just hear a and all of a sudden I see cattails blowing up and running through. And all of a sudden they stop, and I hear a grunt again. So I throw a grunt at him, and he didn't respond back. There was a doe in front of him, and he was tailing it. And he ran probably about 50 yards away from me, popped out real quick out of the cattails. I got a quick look. He's like a 6-pointer. And he chased off into the tall grass again, and I can hear him grunting and chasing. And by then it's like closing time. How can I get out of here without getting busted?
Oh,
because
yeah.
there are so many deer around.
I've never had that problem.
Yeah, so I got down and I went north towards the ditch. I figured, well, maybe I'll walk the ditch out. I look past the ditch, and there's 6 deer in that field. Like, shit. Well, I guess I'm just gonna follow the tall grass on the edge of the ditch, keep low and quiet as I can, and got out and hit the tractor path and kept walking and picked up and looked, checking the binoculars. Those other 6 deer in that other field didn't even pay no mind to me.
It's
So-
crazy how once it gets just a little bit dark like that, how they just calm right down.
Yeah, they don't care. It's like they know.
That's cool that
Yeah.
you had such a
But it was nuts. It was like the grass, watching that other field where I saw 18 deer, was puking deer. It was just puking deer. like,
It's coming
okay,
out of nowhere.
yeah, coming out of nowhere. There's 15 deer in this field all of a sudden, and I'm just watching them, going, well, cool. They're not on my side of the fence, so I can't do anything about it. But it's just fun to watch.
Hell yeah.
And then the little buck shows up, and then the bigger buck shows up, and then they're doing their thing, and then stuff behind me where I can shoot is doing its thing, and then it eventually joins the rest of the group. So it was pretty awesome.
It's just good to know that there's so many.
There's tons of
In
deer.
the area. I mean,
Yeah.
you knew there's a lot there, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's fun to see them and know that like this week, any one of those does could be
could
running
just-
by you at any
yep,
time, and
yep.
like the opportunity is always there.
I just need a half an hour out there at the
Yeah.
right time, and if I'm there, it can happen.
It can happen
mo-
in an instant.
It can happen. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yep. I'm always just waiting for that instant.
Spend a lot of time waiting for that instant.
You
right?
do though. But,
Yeah.
even Ryan Glitsky said that I'm a rut hunter. I spend 20 days hunting the rut for that half an hour of just pure chaos. in the woods.
99% of the time, I think he
Yeah.
said, is just absolute boredom,
Boredom.
except for the 1% of maximum
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Yep.
It's just how it is. But that's rut hunting, and that's deer hunting in general, unless you really have something nailed down. And not a one of us ever has anything nailed down.
Nope.
It just doesn't.
I never have
happen.
time. I never have that kind of time.
No,
though. I'm never
no.
prepared enough. It always comes too soon. I'm like, oh shit, it's hunting season. Plus, I have mosquitoes. So
But there was actually a few around last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so warm.
Yeah.
Right before we had that cold and wind, I picked a tick and a mosquito off within like a minute of each other.
oh,
You had
Jesus.
ticks
I
on
had
you
a
still?
tiny little tick crawling on my finger.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then the mosquito, and it looked like it was full of somebody's blood because he wasn't getting around too fast, little plump. And I'm like, really, this is bull crap. So I squashed the tick and smashed the mosquito, and all right, that was it. No more pests.
You can squash a tick.
Sure you
What
can.
are you, Chuck Norris?
Fingernails.
Fingernails.
You're Chuck Norris.
I don't
Greg
know.
Norris.
I burn them.
Tick master.
Things can't. They'll live a long time. It's weird. Like flush them down a toilet, put them through the washer and dryer, and they're still alive.
Yeah.
Best course of action is get them out on some cement or something hard, a hard surface, and that you don't have to worry about lighting on
Get
fire.
a
And
ball peen hammer.
hit them with the torch. I kill them with fire, man.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well,
apparently you kill 'em with
plumbing
your
heating
fingers.
guy. I got a torch on hand all the time, so it's
Well,
You had torch in your pocket, or
let's-
you're just happy to see me?
speaking of the excitement of
Would
the
you
rut,
like to
I want to
know?
get into how it all played out for you. But before we do switch
Yes.
that gear, just want to acknowledge some folks in the comments. Joel, can't wait to hear Derek's story. We're about to get to it. Calder, good evening, gentlemen. Settling in with a drink for some stories. Yep, we got you here. Same over here. We're drinking that, whatever this is, Redwood Empire. Water Oak Forge. That's Jared. Pocket beers. I think he's referring
Cargo
to when I was just
pocket
going
beers.
out. Yeah, there you go.
Smart. Save room.
yeah.
Scott
Save room for the
says-
celebratory pocket beer.
Hello, fellas. Well, hello, Scott. Good to see you in here. Corey, do you know this fella?
I don't know that I do.
I can't. I just
We-
don't want to say his
no,
last name wrong.
See,
But thank you.
congrats on
Oh.
the buck.
Just,
Just started listening, so thank you, Corey, and we're going to apologize up front for anything that might disappoint you.
I'd say just have low expectations and
Yeah,
see where you go.
Set the bar low.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
Set the bar low,
Scott
and you
said
might
he had several ticks
pleasantly
on him.
be surprised. Yeah,
last
see,
weekend, too.
so ticks are still rolling, man. Them things are
Oh,
terrible.
I had that bout with Lyme disease, and it's
Nah,
not fun.
No, you're lucky
Screw
you can still
ticks.
eat red meat, man. Jeez.
Well, that's kinda
Elijah
hard.
Keller
Yeah,
says
no.
congrats on the buck.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, lots of support. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hard earned as they always are, but
Yeah.
it was classic testament to like spend any time you can in the woods. Right? It's November.
Dude, the buck streak is still rolling
What's the buck streak?
from Oregon to Wisconsin.
Big chicken.
Big chicken,
Chicken
energy.
energy.
Big chicken energy.
Big chicken energy.
Yeah.
People
so
are going, what in the?
Yeah, I'm going. I wasn't there for. I don't know the inside baseball here.
There-
guys.
big
there-
chick. It was a big thing.
It was a
Big
big
thing.
deal. It was a big deal. I mean,
Still is
hey,
a big deal.
it helped. I ate chicken. I saw 18 deer. Didn't kill one, but I saw deer.
So just bring a chicken in the woods with me.
If you don't have
Not a
chicken
live
tomorrow,
one.
you're not going to shoot a deer. That's all I'll
Yeah,
say.
I'm just
If
yeah.
you stop at Quick Trip, which I know you're going to, get
will, yeah.
something chicken related.
Yeah,
you
chicken
should
related.
be fine.
Yeah.
If it's
Like, I
got
just-
barbecue sauce, you're doubling up on luck.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Quick, my
like it-
quick trip stop last night was a very important one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
it was.
dude, you came so prepared. Thank you so much, by the way,
So fun.
for coming out. And Eric comes out with energy drinks, with a Red Bull,
Yeah.
Bush Light, and water. Like,
I mean,
everything you could possibly need
there you
for
go.
recovery, blood trail, drag out.
Oh, hi, mom. She's in the comments. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
or
very excited.
Hi, Eric's mom.
I was gonna not do it.
Not
Bring
do
all
what?
the stuff. Stop at Quick Trip, and I was like, no.
Yeah, you
important.
kind of gotta do
That was really thoughtful
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
I was
pretty
up
big
late.
deal.
I couldn't shut it down. I was like 1 a.m. I was like,
Well, that was a big Red Bull. Not as big as Caleb's, but pretty big Red Bull.
Yeah, he had a big rig, huh?
Big rig.
Yeah. Oh,
He's-
two.
He's running the
I
nitrous.
see that.
He's running
Yeah.
nitrous in that rig.
That's a double shot of nitrous.
Is that the one I got last? No, that's not the one I got last night on your screen, is it?
that's an elk.
No, that's a 6x6.
Yeah, it is.
So
He's doubling down over there. He's keeping an eye on us and watching that 6x6. That thing got a collar. It does. It's a collared elk. Please tell me someone whacked that thing. Yeah, I would too. Collar, fine.
So for those that don't know,
What'd you name it?
Caleb, the videographer, is in the studio tonight. So we're
Caleb's in the
at
house.
sidebar with
Caleb's in the
Caleb.
house,
So we're talking to someone you can't see, which is fun for us, not fun for you.
Fun
Yeah.
for you. What is happening?
but we're having
here?
a good
All
time.
good.
Yeah, we're enjoying it.
All right, Derek, take us to the.
Yeah,
All
take
right,
us
so
to
take
the
it
away,
the
man.
story, yeah. So the whole story is just in November. If you can be in the woods, be in the woods. If it's for 20 minutes, be in the woods.
I can speak from experience. If you're thinking of just going to check cameras and you haven't filled your buck tag, do yourself a favor and bring your bow and your release and
You've had experiences.
multiple times. Like, why did I come out here? I was wearing nothing but work clothes. Like, just got done servicing furnaces. Walked out into the woods to go check a camera. 8-pointer and a 6-pointer standing there looking at me. 8-pointer would have been very killable, and I would have killed it gladly. Can't do it. Can't do it because I don't
Can you
have
do that in
anything.
a Trump voice? And I would have killed it gladly. Just looking at me, would have been dead for sure.
Would have been dead for sure.
I would have killed it a million times.
A million
millions and
times.
millions of
Billions.
times.
Kamala,
Times.
she wouldn't have killed it. Not a chance. Sorry.
Oh,
Way
shit.
to make it political on
Wait,
election
yeah,
night.
on election night.
Just
jackass.
taking it
Hit
right there.
in
I
there.
was trying to just erase that from my mind.
Yeah,
and here
right.
we are. Right
I thought we
back
had
at it.
enough of that
I just
shit.
I was in a
the voice-
happy place.
The voiceover is just funny for me.
And
So,
now
okay,
it got
go on,
weird.
go on.
Anyway, back to the happy place.
Back to the happy place.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna just do it up like I would do it on the Dropping Pins podcast and give you all the backstory.
Let's do it.
So how this area kind of panned out is I went for a walk in the summer in a area close to where I've been hunting the last few years, but it was a different section I'd not walked it. This is like, I do all my scouting in the summer because I'm a teacher and that's when I have off. So, it's thick,
Makes sense,
horrible,
yeah.
mosquitoes,
Especially
hot,
with
but I like it. Like
grin
that's
and
what I
bear it.
have. That's what you when you do with what you have. Like
Mhm.
that's what you do.
it. Play the hand that was.
And
dealt
while
to
I was out there, I jumped a really good buck, got pretty close to it, sent you guys a video of it. It was a really nice deer.
Yep.
So I was like, hey, it's a good area. I found some good sign. Ended up hanging a camera in like August in this one spot I felt was really good. And then when I went back in September, right before season, it was the week, I think it was Tuesday before podcast. I went and checked that camera and I had a really cool buck on there. He had a normal side with 4 points and then like one goofy side with 5 points that had like a drop and like it just was goofy. And I was like, oh, that's super cool. So while I checked that camera while I was there and then I decided to do some scouting, I was like, I kind of want to figure out this area a little bit more. And I hadn't really looked north of that spot. So I went for a little walk, found another spot, hung a camera there. And then I kind of made a loop out and I found this grassy area and it was getting pretty close to when I needed to leave to come here. But I was like, I have to see what's in this pothole because it just looked like classic southeastern Wisconsin deer bedding area, like buckthorn, thick edge, grassy shit, red brush. I was like,
Beautiful.
I have
It
to
has
go bust
all
that
of it.
red brush.
Yep.
So I went through there, busted it, and there was doe beds all over the place. I found 2 or 3 buck beds that had rubs in it. I'm like, awesome, good to know. My camera's not far from here. I don't need to hang anything else. I'll just, whatever's in here is probably going to make their way by that camera at some point. And that was really the last I thought of that place. I hadn't gone back, checked the cameras, either of the cameras, hadn't done anything. And we've been busy, Oregon, and I went down to Illinois the next weekend and had a bunch of fun down there with Adam and Dave down there on the public lands. And this week we got Caleb who's hanging out with us. I hunted with him on Thursday of last week, Thursday or Friday, and Eric's like, hey, he's gonna be here for a while, so like if you guys are gonna make it out, let's use Caleb and get him to film. And I was like, Wednesday of this week, which is tomorrow, looks like a really good hunting day. I'm just looking at the weather, barometers going up, temperatures going down. When you get the magic X, that's always a good thing. And I was like, shit, Wednesday looks good. So I got like one afternoon class at the end of the day. I was like, if I can find somebody to cover that afternoon class, I can jet out at 11 o'clock. That gives us plenty of time to kind of scout our way in, get set up in a good spot, and have a really good hunt on a good day. And so I was like, well, Monday I can run out after school, check some cameras quick. The kids are at the grandparents because they didn't have school Monday and Tuesday this week. So I was like, I'm not really messing anything up. The wife gets off work 2 hours after me anyway. So perfect. I'll go check cameras Tuesday. I'll go check cameras before podcast. I'll have the whole area kind of figured out where I need to be. So the Wednesday really counts. And I'm at my car. I'm driving down the road. I see one truck parked in a spot I've not seen someone parked before, but it's like half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from where I plan on parking. I'm like, no big deal. Big woods, not an issue. Drive down, park my car. I'm like getting my bag ready for like checking cameras. And I was like, well, if I'm going in the woods, it's November. I'm bringing my bow. I got to bring my bow. I'm like, well, if I'm bringing my bow, I should bring my stand and my sticks just in case. I should probably sit till dark. Like, why would I not? Like, that would be stupid.
We're past the
Doesn't this sound like
early?
This totally sounds
now it gets
like
dark
Yeah,
super
so
early.
you're not hurting anything.
It's literally like
You
I'm
would've been
standing at the
school
car,
anyways. Yeah.
and legal shooting light's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I'm like, by the time I get the camera, like I might as well just
sounds
sit
like
somewhere.
Peter Griffin in the one episode of Family Guy where he just keeps talking him into stuff himself into
Why
stuff.
don't I just
Well, like I got the stand right here.
stands right here?
It
There's-
stands right here.
Look at there's some sticks right there.
But you know,
Put
if I
those in
don't bring
here.
the sticks, then I can't get up the tree. So
That's exactly
Yeah.
what happened.
I didn't know you were hunting.
I didn't know I was
I
hunting.
glazed over. Your
I did not know I
response
was
of what
hunting.
happened. It was hilarious.
Caleb's
I need
still
to
mad
know.
at me. Look at him. He's mad at me. I don't
he's
want
a
to look
little.
at him.
He does look a little
He told me next year he's putting a leash on me.
He might.
I'm
that's
scared.
funny.
I'm claustrophobic. I don't
So,
like that kind of shit.
Are you going to bring a choke collar or a harness?
He's got to catch
choke
me.
collar.
He's got to catch me
He
first. You
does.
can't leash him until you catch him.
Climb all
I'm
over you like
feral.
a spider monkey.
So anyway, I'm at the car making these decisions. Game time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, grab your shit just in case. And my pack, I brought my pack, but it had nothing in it. Literally, my release and my branch finder were in the. This should have been in my pocket. I didn't need to bring my pack.
Yeah.
But I just strapped it all on. I was like, whatever. So I start cutting into the woods, going through some thick buckthorn, and there's some oaks scattered right by the road. And there was acorns earlier in the year when I walked through there in September, and there was tons of acorn caps, and there was deer tracks, and there was rubs. And I was like, shit, there's a lot of deer around here. Like, this looks pretty good, actually. And I'm making my way toward the camera. I'm heading into the wind. So I'd kind of planned out how I was going to get in there because I thought if I check the camera and it looks good, I'm just going to hunt right by my camera, which was over a mock scrape I made about 60 yards from these two really good buck beds that I had found in the summer. I didn't know if the buck beds are still being used.
Yeah.
But I was like, if there's something on the camera, I'm freaking hunt right there. So I start walking that way into the wind. I'm seeing all this sign. I'm like, okay, this is looking good. And how my brain works is like, I feel like I'm an AI buck hunter in the woods. Like I'm processing this shit and immediately analyzing wind and like what I already know. And I'm like, I'm formulating game plans constantly when I walk through the woods like this.
Yes.
So this is what my brain is doing. And all of a sudden I get to a point where I'm getting fairly close to my camera and I see something really light colored. It's raining, right? It's like spitting rain. And I see something light colored in the buckthorn. I'm like, that does not look normal. And like I take a couple steps further and at 80 yards away, there's like a pop-up ground blind. It's not by my camera, but it's on my way to the camera.
Yeah.
And that truck that was parked up the road, I was like, that guy's probably on vacation. It's first week in November. It's supposed to be rainy. He probably popped up a ground blind. He's probably sitting in there to get out of the rain. I'm not going to mess with anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going to leave that alone.
Take the high road.
After dark, I'll go get my camera. Not a big deal. For now, I'll just go to that other bedding area that I scouted and I'll just hunt. And then after dark, who cares? I'll just go get my camera.
Yeah, if he's there, it's just breaking down. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I don't have to pick up the kids. They're not here tonight. So, like, if I got to stay an extra 45 minutes to get my camera, not a big deal. So I backed straight out, went back toward the road, walked through those oaks, and ended up finding pretty good rub line, some taller rubs, some decent stuff. and I kind of looped back toward the west and followed this rub line straight out toward this bedding area, the same route basically that we took when we
Okay.
walked in. So coming through the buckthorn, there's some deer trails. I mean, if you've ever seen deer trails through the buckthorn, they all look huge. Like
Always.
it's black dirt.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
there's no vegetation. The deer trails look
It's
giant.
mowed down like I-94, and it's usually dished.
And it's dished out. So like
Yep.
there's trails. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. And then I get out into the bedding area, which is, you know, canary grass and all the fixings. And there's like a finger of it. And I get out there and the trail looks pretty beat. I'm like, well, the trail through the vegetation looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And I start walking out. I followed a couple rubs in, nothing super fresh, but there's a couple popple trees out there. If you've ever been in popple trees,
Oh, yeah.
anywhere near openings, they always get hit.
Always.
And there's, I mean, historical rubs for years, and they're
Trashed.
all fresh.
Uh-huh.
There's so something hit them, and I'm like, all right. So that sold me. I saw 2 of those in about 80 yards.
How big around were those? About 4 inches?
Yeah,
About 5 inches.
like
6
this.
inches. So,
But I mean, they're all scarred up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like the edges are hit, you
Yep.
know. So they don't look like big rubs,
no,
but I'm like,
and that's classic
but that's what you
for
want to
our
see.
area.
That's what you wanna see.
That is a
So
big thing.
those 2 rubs, I'm a rub guy. We talked about this a million times. If you
Yep.
ever read any of the stupid articles I've wrote or listened, like I'm a visual rub guy. That's what I really fixate on. And I saw those 2 and I was like, I'm hunting the best tree I can within 50 yards of this spot because the trails look good. And I knew that it opened up and then there's like a thick pocket in the middle and there's like a tree line that runs east-west. And I was like, if I can get to this tree, that's the tree I need to be in. But it's pretty freaking deep in there. When I scouted those summer beds, they were like 50 yards from that tree. I was like, that's freaking close. And it was supposed to have some wind that day,
Yeah.
but the wind was non-existent. It was calm as
Oh,
could be,
yeah.
Yeah.
but it had rained. So it was really quiet. So I was like, who cares if I go fast and blow shit out? That's not going to work.
But
even if I'm killing time, I need to go slow. And if there's deer there, who cares? Like, I just need to go slow and be quiet.
the fact that it rained though really helped you a ton because it made all that otherwise very dry and crunchy vegetation.
Super dry
You
shit.
could blaze right through it and they wouldn't even hear it because you're not going to hear them walking or running around at all. So if you can't hear them, they might not hear you too well either.
Well, and even if you're going slow,
Yeah.
a lot of times they can't tell what you are, right?
Right.
If you go fast, if you walk at a human gait and just
Yeah.
deer know that.
Yeah.
This is pressured land.
Yep.
We walked past cell cam when we dragged it out.
That's
Like it's a
awesome.
pressured area.
Good.
Like so I just took my time. I walked real slow. I hugged the tree line that was in like my wind favor. And I was like, I'm just gonna hug close as I can. And I had a tree in mind that I could see up ahead. And I got to the tree. There's 2 different trees. I chose one of them. I was like, I think I can do it. There's a lot of branches. If you've ever hunted trees near openings, they grow tons of branches because there's tons of daylight.
Yeah.
So they're just soaking up light. So I'm like, frick, there's a lot of branches, but we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You gotta pick.
So
You
I
pick a
start
lane.
climbing up. And I get 2 sticks up with my aiders, and I space them out fairly decent for a short fella. And I see a tree peg that's sticking out about 3 inches out of the tree. It's all grown in. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
cool.
Yep.
I climbed
You
up a
know
tree
that-
in
that
Illinois that
one's-
had an old peg. It actually had an old strap-on step
Uh-huh.
that was grown into the
Mhm.
tree. So like the cloth was coming out. I always just think that's cool. I was like,
Yeah.
somebody else thought this was a good spot.
Yep.
So I was like, kind of gave it a good luck, little touch. And I was going to go 2 sticks up and set my stand between these 2 branches. And I got the stand locked in. And all of a sudden I like looked at how it was. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to draw my bow anywhere to the right-hand side of me. Like there's branches, like it's going to be coming out like by my ribs. I
Right.
was like, this is not going to work.
No.
So I took my stand, and I just like set it on a branch higher, and I put my 3rd stick up, and I just went up as high as I could, set my stand, and climbed into it. And I was like, holy shit, I can actually, this is perfect.
All the way around.
I can shoot left, I can shoot right, I
Beautiful.
can see really well. This is awesome. So I got that stand set up quieter than I've ever set it up in my life. I don't know how it happened.
It was
It
meant
just
to
had
be.
the bark was wet. So like the bark was loose on this maple, but like
It did. But
it was just
didn't-
wet, and I just seeded those latitude sticks, and they just were like it
Yeah.
was so quiet.
Yeah.
So I got in there, my hat flew off. Caleb's probably laughing. He's like, "This guy isn't hunting the hat." When I hunted with Caleb on Thursday, I forgot my hat in the truck, so I had no
Nice.
hat on. And then last night when I got up in there, I had my hat clipped on my backpack, and when I took my stand off, my stand's on the outside of my backpack. I ripped my hat off. It fell on the ground. I was like, fuck that hat. I'm not getting it. I'm not going down. I'm gonna hunt. So I set the stand, get in there, pull the bow up. Everything's good to go. I got my cell phone mounted in my bow holder so I can record everything. I took a bunch of videos on the way in, took videos and the video the whole damn thing because I didn't call Caleb and tell him I'm going because
Yeah.
I'm an idiot because I wasn't going to go. And I sat there and it was misting and I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, and just kind of ranging my spots and everything looked good. Everything felt really good. And I'd say about 30 minutes into the sit. So, I mean, half the hunt. I thought I heard branch break out in the thick bedding area. I watched it for a while. Nothing came out. And then about 15 minutes before dark, before legal. I mean, it's cloudy, misty, so it's getting dark earlier.
Quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a branch break off to my east, to the left. And it was pretty far down. And I was like, it'd be a miracle if that makes it over here. So I'm going to just do a calling sequence. So I had a can call. So I tipped over my can 5 or 6 times, a couple different bleats. And I took out the grunt call and I hit like 4 just soft grunts. Put them back in. I'm sitting there waiting. Phone lights up on my bow. Eric had texted because I hadn't do this, this Gerber select your things.
Yeah.
But I saw 3 text messages from Eric, rapid fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, Eric got a buck.
Yeah.
So I was all jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, nothing's coming to me. So I grabbed my phone off. I like get in there. I'm like, no,
This is
it's
just
not even hunting.
No, it's not even hunting related. What the
okay,
hell?
whatever.
What a
So I'm like,
letdown.
you know,
Come on,
totally-
Eric.
So I'm like totally disappointed. in
Yeah.
Eric.
Well, you know.
No, but at that exact time, I basically like set my like phone in my hand like this, and I looked up, and there's the trail that comes out of the thicker bedding stuff in front of me that's like straight upwind of me. And I see a deer standing on that trail facing me, walking toward me. And I can just see a forehead. And I can
Yeah.
see rack coming out.
Yep.
And I couldn't see what he was. He's through some brush, but I just mentally was like, I'm shooting that buck. That's a shooter buck.
Yeah.
Cool.
Past the ears.
So I immediately went into just full on kill mode. Phone went into my pocket. I didn't put it on the bow. So sorry, I do not have footage of the kill. But he's coming straight toward me. Grab my bow. I had ranged, like there's a buckthorn tree right in front of me. It's the only one that's still got its leaves. So it's pretty thick. It's right in front of me at 20 yards. And on the back side of that is the tree line that runs east-west. The trails are at 35, 36 yards. And he's coming down out of the bedding area. I'm assuming he's going to hit one of those trails and split. So I set my pin to 36, clip my release on, and I'm just waiting. I've got holes both ways. I'm just waiting. He's not popping out on either side. So I start like piercing through, trying to find a hole in that buckthorn. And all of a sudden I see that he's still coming toward me. And then it dawns on me, well, there's the trail I walked in on to get to this tree runs 4 feet from the base of my tree.
Yeah.
And it goes right to where he is. He's going to walk this right underneath my freaking tree. And it's all branches from the tree I'm in covering that whole trail.
Wow.
And then I'm going to have to let him go past me. And I do have a hole behind me, but he's going to be then on my ground set.
Yeah.
So I'm like instantly sort of freaking out, like,
Yeah.
well, how can I get this deer shot before he hits
Before
my
he hits your
freaking
ground
scent?
scent, yeah.
Before he hits my scent. And my scent's
Exactly.
blowing backward, so like that's good, but he's gonna smell where I took off my freaking stand, where I set my sticks down. He's gonna
Yep.
smell that because the trail's right there.
Right.
So I'm like instantly panicking. So I set my pin back to 20, trying to find a hole, and I glance up at him, and he just kind of stops by that buckthorn tree, and then just takes a trail that angles him out right into the open grass. Right into my best shooting opening.
was
And I
meant
was
to
How
just
be.
far
like,
was that then? What was the difference at that point? Did you have to
20
readjust again or no?
Was there a
No.
beam of light that came from the clouds above?
yeah, right, came right out of his ass.
Not from
No,
the clouds
but-
above.
but-
right
but-
out of his ass. Was it a rainbow that came out of his ass?
2 rainbows.
Did he have a unicorn horn?
It was literally like I couldn't believe it, because
Yeah.
it's always like where they do the thing that you don't want them to do, but this time, actually, I didn't even think of him doing that. I
No.
was just like instantly.
You think
like,
of
how
all
can
the
I make
all
this
the
happen?
worst scenarios, right? We always think
Yeah.
of the worst shit. Well, he's going to go over
Which
here.
is what you
and
have
there's
to do.
branch-
You have
but
to
you
be
have to do
prepared.
that.
Like you got to
have
get ready to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna miss your opportunity.
always.
So when you just have to be prepared. So I clipped the release on. My pin was set at 20. Pretty sure he was about 22, but he's angling out, and I've got like a couple branches, but they're like pretty open.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, should I just shoot him right now? I was like, no, just fricking be patient.
Uh-huh.
Let him get out. He's
It's
just
hard, man.
he was looking for a deer. So he heard the calling. It's probably the deer I heard earlier, or I heard the stick break,
Uh-huh.
earlier in the night.
Yep.
He was looking for a deer. So he was just kind of looking around, and he was walking out, and he hit the opening. I let him step out into the clear. I'd already drawn my bow back when he was behind the branches, and I just gave him a meow. And he just stopped, turned. I held right on the shoulder, right behind the shoulder, mid body. I released, and at that range, I mean, it's pretty close. But normally, I feel like
So it's 20 yards.
22 yards.
Okay, that's correct. That's a great range.
Yeah, perfect. Normally, I feel like I can see where my arrow hits, and I don't know what happened with this. I literally had no clue where my arrow went.
Yeah.
I didn't see him get hit. I didn't see him jump. Like, I don't know. I just was like freaking out or something.
But you had one other sensory that was able to let you know, hey, I definitely connected.
When I talked to you on the phone right after,
dude, it was awesome.
and
that was
it
such a great
sounded
conversation.
good. Like, it sounded diaphragm pop.
Uh-huh.
I had no clue visually where I hit. I knew where I was holding. The shot felt good, but it sounded really good. And that deer wheeled around and took off. And I did think it was weird that he was like bounding. So like sometimes you hit a deer in the heart. Most of the time, if you hit a deer in the heart, they'll just like death run. Like they are just
run
moving.
hard.
They're digging.
They'll go over 100 yards.
This deer did not dig. This deer, I mean, maybe it was because it was tall grass, and that's just how they run through that. But like, he was bounding. And he was bounding. And in my head, that was weird. I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
His tail was down, but he literally ran, didn't stop, didn't slow down, ran out through some open stuff, but basically back where he came from into a little thick pocket. And I was like, oh my God, listen for a fall. Listen for a fall.
You're not going to hear it.
As soon as he ran over there, and I'm thinking in my head, listen for a crash, it just starts downpouring. Just immediately, rain.
Yeah.
And just downpours for like 10 minutes. Just like one of those little isolated clouds.
Thanks a lot.
And I was like, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Thanks
so
for that.
Cool.
Yeah. Love rain on a blood trail.
But I was very grateful that I got to watch him for like 80 yards. I got to see exactly about where he went. So I was like,
yeah,
it's so much better than him like tucking into some shit.
Yeah.
And having no clue where
where he is.
So I think I texted the group. You called me right after. I explained to you the shot felt good. It sounded good, but I'm not really sure. I think I was trying to get down out of the tree. Got down out of the tree, walked over, checked the arrow. As soon as I got down there, I could smell buck. There was hair on the trail. Took me a minute. The arrow passed through, stuck in the ground, pretty good amount. And the only blood on it, because of that rain, was where the fletchings were under some bent over canary grass. Yeah. And there was blood on it. And I was like, okay.
Thank God.
Made me feel better. Bright red blood. Couldn't tell much about it. It was very watery from the rain. But it just, in my mind, I was like, it felt good. It sounded good. There's blood on my arrow. I think I got him. But this is all, I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my shit, walked out, talked to Eric, talked to Tyler, talked to Caleb a little bit. And we're like, everybody's like, okay, I want to come. So Eric's like, hey, I got to wait. Logan's doing something with my wife. I'll be there as soon as I can. So I just kind of hung out and I paced about 400 circles around my car because I was just really nervous.
Trail around that spot.
You know how it is when you shoot something until you have your hands on it. You just don't know. Mm-hmm. And so Eric showed up and he had all the goodies. He's like, here's a Red Bull. He's like, I got beer. Celebrate. I was like, please, God, let us be in a position where we can celebrate
until we have the buck back into the truck.
Tyler showed up. Caleb showed up. I was walking over to Caleb and I fell into a culvert.
I almost drove into that culvert.
There's a giant culvert. And I'm walking over to him without my headlamp because he's got his lights on.
Dark out.
I fall down. He's like, you okay? I was like, dude, I just felt like 4 feet. It's like a fucking culvert right there. And at 4 feet, he'll eat a guy my size.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I was trying to park there, and you're like, stop. There's a
Derek fell in a
well. Go here.
Derek fell in a well.
We're going to need an orange safety cone to mark this culvert.
So if you guys know any culverts in southeastern Wisconsin, you found my spot.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, so this is really exciting.
Yeah, this is where you get in here.
I roll up. First of all, I almost drove off the culvert, which would have been a problem. My little,
the Smurf.
The
Smurf.
Fusion. Yeah. Bluey. And I get out of the car and I'm walking over to you guys. I'm like, did you guys hear that? And you're like, I think I heard something over there. I'm like, no, shut up, listen. Map. It's just all this buck running, and then
across the street from where we're parked, we have 4 cars.
Right by the road, 2 bucks started getting into it.
Snort wheeze?
Yes, you heard
that's freaking awesome.
Dude, I was like, holy shit. I mean, there's nothing you can do, right?
But it's dark out.
I was in my car. Just saying. We've got a lot of lights on us right now.
So I think we actually heard them lock up a little bit. And then we could hear a bunch of branches breaking and shit.
Man.
I was like, you just shot one. They're over here doing. I was like, this is it. I was like, just it's of course it's in my veins right now.
Yeah, you're going.
Yeah.
This
is why
I need to do something. Yeah.
I think I said last
I need to get your small hands out.
I think I shouted, I have a boner.
Caleb
Lord.
got a shot. He had
Caleb,
to try to really get side.
side profile is much better.
Bang.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
after a lot of pacing,
The
everybody
blood
showed up.
trailing was tough going.
Eric was the first one to find blood.
Yeah,
Yes.
you would have found it. It's not like you needed me. It would have been fine. But it was
Man can't
all
take a
watered down.
compliment.
No, not at all. It's fine.
No, it was
We're all guilty.
most of the blood on the ground. Most of it was washed away.
Yeah.
We did find some. I think there would have been a lot more had it not
what
rained.
we were
Obviously,
finding is it was higher up on the grassy shit or whatever.
yeah. Where we were lucky is that it was a pass through.
Mhm.
I was using a 3-blade Grim Reaper expandable. I do not shoot the big whitetail specials, which are like 2.5-inch cuts. I still am worried about bones, so I shoot like the small Grim Reapers, which are like 1 3/8. But having 3 cuts, as we've learned in the past, is better than 2 cuts for blood trailing because that skin is just loose and the blood comes out easier. Where if you have like a 2-blade, when they're running and their skin is pulled taut,
it's
the
pinching.
blood can't escape.
Yeah.
But if the skin is loose, blood can be coming out all the time. So I think where we got lucky was that we had 2 holes, one high, one low, and the blood was coming out on the grass because we're in thick grass. So we were finding blood under the leaves on grass where rain didn't hit it. That's where we found most of the blood. So we were able to follow it. I knew basically where he went, so that definitely helped. We didn't know which trail and whatever, so we were able to follow blood here and there. And then it seemed like when he would land, there was a couple spots where he was like bounding and he'd land, that the blood kind of shot forward and went under some grass. And then we were able to find like, oh look, there's like a bunch of blood right there. Oh look, 10 feet further, there's a bunch of blood right here. And then we started to get close to where I last lost sight of him, and we kind of lost sight of blood. Like all of a sudden we couldn't really
Yeah, we were
find
like we were trying to
anything.
pick
We're
a
like,
path, like pick your path. Which way to
and
go.
this is where I didn't really know where he went. Like, did he cut in? Did he cut this way? Did he cut
Yeah.
this way?
This is where you have to go really, really slow, because if you outpace yourself, then you could go down the wrong path, and that's where things get really sketchy.
And at
especially
that
in the dark.
And at that point, like with such little blood, this is where like it really pays to have people who are good at trailing, because like you get people who just start walking. It would be very easy to brush up against any of that grass and
Wipe it
have that
clean.
wiped clean and not
Yeah.
know which way it went.
Especially with that much rain that went through.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is brush it with your elbow and it's gone.
So any of you folks who have not blood trailed a lot of deer before, just go slow, take your time, mark everything with toilet paper, and just be really, really
Toilet
diligent
paper,
before you move
some kind of
forward.
marker. It's gonna kind of sound silly, but with all the marsh stuff that I hunt, I think I went to Fleet Farm and they have literally their little pinch on
Clips,
reflective orange markers.
probably way better for tracking it.
They're freaking awesome. So I pinch them on, and it's crazy because you look back at your
Kind of see
trail.
a trail.
Oh yeah, you see a trail. Holy shit! I zigged more than I
When you
thought
look
I would zag.
Where you've been, you can kind of see where you're going
Yep,
a little
you
bit.
can see exactly. So they're just little pinch on. I don't know if HME makes them. There's probably 3 different companies that make them. They're all made in China or something. But either way, they're very valuable.
Yeah,
If you don't have toilet paper on you, like I keep them in my pack all the time because I'm hunting marshes. It's cattail, it's thick, willow, red brush, you name it.
shit's nasty.
And your focus is down here. Your focus is right on the ground. You don't know if you're going north, south, east, or west. And to be able to look up and reference, hit it with the headlamp or the real bright flashlight, you can go, shit, I zigged and zagged a whole bunch. Or, yep, my trail out is that way. Or
just knowing the line of travel
Yeah.
of your quarry is huge.
Yeah.
And that's what it ended up being. We finally found a little bit of blood here, and I think we were just heading down a trail.
I kept trying to look ahead a little bit and being like, "Am I going to see it first?"
Yeah.
And I did. You did, which is great.
Which normally doesn't happen, even if I'm in front.
Oh, we know.
A little shorter dude here.
We know.
Usually it's that elevated perspective that spots it, but
you had, well, either way.
I just saw the hind end up ahead, and
Yeah,
it
can't
was,
miss
it was a good shot. So he never bet. He was running down a trail
and just dropped dead.
Done.
He just dropped
Dropped
I
over.
think so.
Yeah, you double lunged him because you were the way the shot looked was it slightly quartering away, so it was like angling forward.
Yeah, you know how it always is. Like even when you feel like it's broadside, it was
It's
definitely
slightly
quartering. So
quartering.
it entered a little bit high because I was up.
Yep.
It entered a little bit high, almost mid ribs, and then it exited. I would say right through like the vital V on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So low through the shoulder on the
You
other
caught
side.
2 lungs and
Both
You
and
caught
lungs
both
and the
lungs,
top of the heart
heart.
was sliced.
You really
so.
can't complain about that.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so we found him, and it was just a huge. I mean, you know the feeling when you find one.
Yeah,
Weight off your shoulders.
weight off.
And
shoulders.
then I didn't know what he was really. I just knew that it was a decent buck, and he was a 10-pointer. So I was like, hey, cool.
and for all you know, you don't even have him on camera.
No clue. I still haven't checked those 2 cameras. So it doesn't really matter if I have them or not because I didn't know
Doesn't
it
matter.
beforehand. You know, I
He's
just
dead.
went and
He's at home. And he's waiting to be cut up.
the first thing we could think about was like, I can stay home with the wife and kids for a couple weeks before gun season and like
Yes.
get time with
That's
the
a win.
family.
That's a
That's
win.
a huge win.
Mhm.
And anytime you can get a deer anywhere and with a bow, it's difficult. And doing it on public land, southeastern Wisconsin, as you guys both know,
Oh man,
there's a lot of pressure down
dragging a dead
here.
deer past someone else's cell cam.
We're
You know,
dragging it
that
out,
guy
and
had a
Tyler
real
goes,
bad night.
"There's a cell
Yeah.
cam right here, like
He's-
right in the bedding area." The
getting
deer ran like right by it, and I was like,
a
"Shh."
picture of a
It's like,
deer,
sorry,
all right,
dude.
but that one's
So
dead.
if you guys know anybody who got a cell cam picture of a dude, little short dude pulling a deer in a sled,
With a-
3
it
other
was-
dudes
well, that's-
following
it
him.
was-
dudes.
It was like
Hit us up.
yeah,
right?
right.
There's some movie where they're just like trying to drag around a dead guy or somebody just I fall out again like Weekend
Weekend
at
at
Bernie's.
Bernie's.
It's like the buck fell out of the sled right in front of the camera. Like,
Did
we're
it
like, oh
really?
no, we gotta get him back in. We're like bop around like a bunch of idiots. If the guy that plays the video, it's gonna be like a shit show.
Yeah,
Look at these 3 knuckleheads.
That's pretty on par.
yeah.
Those must be those okayest hunter bastards.
Plus we're in the shoot deer hoodie.
Don't worry, we'll come and
Oh,
fuck your
man.
deer hunting spot up too.
Jeez.
But I will say that the drag out went pretty well. It was nice having 4 people there. Eric brought the sled, and then Eric pulled through most of the grassy shit, which was
I didn't do
the
much.
hardest part, just because you got legs and antlers hooking grass. And
all
Tyler
the
was
time.
dragging a
Caleb
bunch
helped
and-
fix every time he got stuck, he'd help fix it up. And then once we hit the buckthorn, the buckthorn is pretty easy to drag through, except there was a lot of blowdowns in this
Ooh,
section.
yeah.
And Eric just went ahead and found us the best route. And
Yep.
literally, the way I took us in made it seem like it was freaking Mount Everest. The way Eric took us out, it was like a walk.
Way to
in the
go,
frickin'
Derek.
parking
Make it the
lot.
hardest way possible.
I just
Usually
wanted
how
to
it
make it
goes.
look like
Yeah.
I was really doing something hard for these guys, you know? Oh, look at this area. I was hunting
Oh,
here.
yeah,
It's
smell
so
shithole.
difficult.
It
Look at
wasn't
shit
right
all.
off the road at
It's all
don't
about the
worry.
facade.
That's right.
Dude, I gotta say, like, we have no affiliation with Hybrid Light, like through the podcast.
No,
Those were the
What is
bright-
Hybrid?
you were
those-
raving
light you
about
Those
had?
are the fucking lights that were like illuminating the night sky.
Dude, both of my headlights died. So I used that one.
It was
amazing.
it
this
was
sounds like an
impressive.
Oregon tale.
It was impressive.
Oh, yeah, 9 guys, 3 halfway
headlamps.
dead freaking headlamps.
Perfect.
And the troublemaker, Justin, shout out to Justin, comes up with, oh, look, I have a whole pack of AAA
Oh my
batteries in my backpack.
And then one other guy had 3 headlamps in his pocket.
Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
They just want to make it more fun.
But
You know what? It was fun. I wouldn't trade that trip for nothing.
that was a blast. And
That's
I
a blast.
just want to say,
Oregon
thanks.
sucks, by the way. Don't go there.
Don't go there. Terrible
Nope,
hunting.
terrible.
Who wants to go there
Terrible.
for a turkey hunt in spring?
Mm-mm.
Can't do it.
Let's talk after the show.
Yeah,
just
after the
saying.
show.
All right.
Yeah, after the show.
But honestly, back to the hunt there. I got to talk to Greg immediately after, and then I talked to you one more time.
I
Yeah.
called
You
on the
had
way
stuff
home,
going
too.
on. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I know you do a little bit. Don't feel bad about not coming out. But thank
Oh,
you.
I made him feel real. I'm like, you're a real piece of shit. You know that?
I got my hype guy over here.
But
Hype guy.
having
Tell me.
Eric and Tyler and Caleb be there,
That's
just like that's why you do it. You
Yeah.
know, like I would have done that by myself
It's
100% of 100
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
And I would have been happy. But sharing that moment with people, like with your
Well,
friends,
making sure I
with
got
good
to see
people,
that
like,
a deer exists
it's
and they're
just-
real, and I got to touch fur, like, was really important for me.
you did say that. You were like, deer do exist. There are bucks. Ouch, my armpit.
It was very validating.
there is something validating about being able to put hands on an animal
Yes.
and just experiencing the environment around it.
The muskiness. I'm pretty sure I still got some
Dude,
tarsal gland in my hands.
You want to talk about musk? I walked in on a spot like I knew there was a buck bedded there,
You
and I
can
shouldn't have went in
smell,
there. Oh,
dude.
it reeked. It reeked probably for an hour after that deer probably vacated and went off into the cattails.
I'm pretty sure there's a story of Joel. He had gutted a deer and he got tarsal gland all over him. I think he helped gut someone else's deer and he went back in. This is gun season.
Yeah.
And he got charged by another buck because he was so tarsal glanded up. This other buck just
It's
came
all
in
over
looking
his
for another buck to
clothes.
fight. And just like,
It's instinctive, right? Like
Yeah.
they can't control that. It's
No.
almost just in
No.
them.
It's hardwired.
but if you got any tarsal gland left for tomorrow that I could use?
I had to drop him off at a processor
Could've
because
kept
I was
me-
gonna.
you
I
could've
wanted.
just
I
saved me
wanted.
the leg.
I wanted. Yeah.
Did you go to
We
the-
should have cut the
Did you
tarsals off.
Did you go to that guy in Belgium? Right
No,
right
I
downtown?
went in.
Rubicon?
No, that's the guy. I'm
Marty
thinking.
and Sons. They have a walk-in cooler, drop off anytime.
So
Oh, that's good to know.
So I tagged it. I filled out the
everybody
form.
raves
Where-
about
Good-
the
the-
quality.
Is it
lo-
proximity from here? Like if I get a deer,
It's just north of Hartford, off Highway 60.
It's about 40 minutes from here.
that's fine.
Not bad.
No.
But so it was really warm. And I just want to say one thing about the hunt that like if somebody could learn something, and this has plagued me my whole career, right? Like your hunting career, like the decisions you make. I was in that stand before dark, 10 minutes before dark, going, I should probably just get down and start making my way to that camera.
Never do that.
You know, like I almost did that.
Yeah.
Never.
And I was like,
You're going,
stupid idiot. Don't do that.
just hang in here.
Sit and you wait.
Yeah.
And Caleb did the same thing the other night. I was like, we can probably get down. He's like, no, we should probably sit a little longer. I was like, yeah, we probably should. Because I always play that game of like, I'm just always trying to be efficient.
I've busted
With my
many deer
time?
getting done
Right.
early.
We all
But
do.
like, if you're in the
Because
woods,
we're trying to
you
get back home,
frickin'
right?
soak up every minute. I think Caleb was probably in the back of my mind when I was like, you should probably get down and start making your way to that camera while it's still a little bit light.
You're going,
No.
You know what? What would
Freaking
Caleb
November.
do?
It's November.
It's November. What would Caleb do in November? He would say,
Caleb would yell
No,
at
we're
me
gonna
for
sit
not
here
calling
until-
him and filming.
even
this
if my
epic
footage
fucking hunt."
sucks and it's grainy because I can't pick up everything while it's almost dark.
Caleb already told me he's putting a leash on me next year.
Yeah,
That's what
So
you're saying.
putting an air tag in my pocket.
Extend a leash and an air
I
tag.
apologize for not calling you. I was not
so,
planning on hunting. I
listen.
swear to God, till I stepped foot on the pavement, I was like, I should bring my bow.
Dude,
I should bring my shit.
you texted, I missed it when you said I shot a buck. Like it didn't register. I didn't even see it. And then I was like, what? I ran out the door. Caleb was about to leave. I ran. I was like, Garrett got a buck. He's knocking on his window like a psychopath. That probably scared the shit out of me. He's like, yeah, I just saw the text. I was like, you gotta go. You can go. I'll catch up. I'll figure it out.
I didn't even give directions. Poor
Yeah,
guy's
he
driving
texted
by
me
me
like
this
an hour
time. I
later.
remember.
He's like, yeah, I'm
hey,
on this road. I'm
Did
like,
you get directions
I'll
yet?
bet
I was
that's not where he's at. Because if you don't see the white whale, it's not
like, I was like,
happening.
oh yeah, he hasn't texted me
Ooh.
yet. I was like, Garrett, give me the freaking pin. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh,
I had a lot of things on my mind. I had a lot of phone
But he
calls.
had to go that way anyways. He's camping.
Well,
So it
that's
was
why
perfect.
I thought Caleb should be at least be able to find this spot because it's pretty close to where he was.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But and then Tyler, co-owner of OKS Hunter,
Showed
he,
up and
he's like, you're not hunting by blah blah blah. I
And
was
you're
like,
like,
yeah, I am. He's
Fuck,
like,
I am.
oh my god,
I'll
that's
be right
crazy.
there.
That's crazy. It's like, that's crazy.
And I know people that live around there. That's even crazier yet.
Oh, and I shot just keep in mind, I'm very, very happy
Yeah.
with the deer I shot.
I would be.
There are much larger deer.
Don't
Much
care.
Larger deer.
Don't care. We're kind of on a time crunch right now.
oh my god, I almost got run over. Calder.
No, I definitely did that, Calder.
I heard the story of a guy. I'm reading it for the listeners that'll hear it that aren't watching, but I heard of a story of a guy strapping a tarsal gland to his boot while walking to a stand. The same thing
Thanks,
happened.
buddy.
Almost got ran over. That's crazy.
You guys remember the story of the Big Six that I used to hunt up in the National Forest?
Tastes like corn water.
It is.
It really does.
But
After
it looks,
the-
the cans do
After
look really
two good,
Yeah, after two good beverages,
That's why I
we've
can't.
demoted.
I did that with I used to hunt this big buck. Anybody who's heard shit from the olden days,
The big six.
I hunted this buck, the Big Six. He was a 6-pointer that was absolutely huge. He was a 6-pointer every year of his life.
I would totally shoot a monster 6-pointer.
Dude, this 6-pointer was freaking incredible. I still, anyone who knows me knows that that's the number
Hey.
one deer.
You can't eat the horns.
This is all like
And that
That's
is the hardest earned venison that we've ever had.
That's a 783-yard blacktail buck. Right there.
Right there. 783
You
yards.
imagine the body on that little tiny buck and what it looks like at 783.
Hey, wait till we go hunt coos deer. Wait till we
I'm
go.
ready. I'm ready.
I will totally go.
Dude, I
hunt.
almost pulled the trigger on a freaking Bergara.
Yeah.
gun that was on sale? Because I
I-
talked to a buddy of mine.
I looked at it
Carbon
too.
fiber,
Okay.
Greg's
What do you
telling me
think?
He's getting a 30-06. He hasn't done it
Shut
yet.
up.
$1,600.
You could
Did
buy
you
a
see
used
that
one
one?
for $400.
Did you see that one?
At the F&F?
I don't know.
Or
What
where did you find it?
it was on. I don't know what site it was on. But
Oh,
it
it
was
was on a site.
$1,600. The
Shit.
carbon barrel.
Dude, we
Dude, I
need to-
talked to a guy who builds guns like and shoots religiously, and
Yeah.
he said that Bergar barrel was the best one that's out there.
They make pretty stellar barrels, but we know somebody who
The
knows
Nosler.
somebody. Yeah, we know the Nosler company.
Yeah, but that's not 1,600. That's like double that.
I know.
Why
but
aren't you buying a new rifle this year? You were pretty gung ho about it.
I gotta sell some shit. to
Sell
do it.
some shit.
Some things happen.
You seemed
Yeah,
like
some
you were gonna
things
do
have
that.
happened.
Things have
and I need-
happened.
yeah, you know, you can't just go blowing money.
Well, how much is a 30-06 that you want? Can you find it used?
I
somewhere?
looked at it. You know, I thought I wanted it. I looked it up online. I thought I wanted it. Fleet Farm carries the model. Went
Which
and looked-
one? What do you got? A Savage, a Remington, a Moss? What are you looking at?
No, it's a Ruger.
A Ruger. A Ruger? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Ruger American. It's the version 2 of this, so it's stainless. It's got a brake.
What's it
on
cost?
Really? Comes with a brake?
Yeah, it's like $600 out the door, but
Dude.
just pump the
That's
brakes.
a sick.
Pump
That's a
the
jacket.
brakes.
That's a
The
jacket.
brakes.
you
It's
know?
the rut. We don't pump the brakes.
Well,
we
we
hit
have
the
to-
gas.
Yeah, gas,
we
man.
hit the gas. It's
Right-
November. Do what
We're
you want.
right at the precipice of gun season.
Dude,
Um,
I read a thing the other day and I shared it with my wife. You should all share it with your wives if they're avid Target shoppers. And it was like relating hunting to wives. And I was like, what would you do if Target was only open for 2 months a year? And I was like, I showed it to my wife and she was like, holy shit. And I was like, now you understand.
Now you understand.
That is pretty.
But no,
epic.
I looked at it. I like the rifle, except I'm not real keen on how cheaply built the bolt is.
Dude, the bolt is everything.
The bolt is everything, and it's really chintzy. Like, I know why it's as cheap as it is. Everything else is cool. The bolt pisses me off. The safety, I like the way the safety is set up. It's 2-stage. 1 click, you can open the bolt and it's still safe. 2nd click, everything's locked up. No pull trigger. All the way down when you show red. Okay, good.
Once
good to
you
fire.
get used to that, you're good. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a beautiful
But
feature to have.
when you look at some of the other rifles out there, I shoot a Browning. That's got a push button safety. It's on or it's off. Whatever, no biggie. But when you look at a Remington safety, it's on or it's off. The bolt always opens if it's on or it's off. You look at a Model 70 Winchester, that's a 3-stage safety also. 1 click one way, you can open the bolt, you can't pull the trigger. Click another way.
That's too many features for me.
There's a lot of extra
I like
shit.
it.
And
I
for
like
those
it
reasons, I'm
Simple is good. But
Because
either way,
I like still hunting, and still hunting, the
It
less
needs to be
thinking you
on-
do, you gotta either
yeah,
fucking
you gotta
on
be
or off.
on or
It's
off.
just
It's-
what it is.
yeah. and a Remington 700 is a proven action. And we look at a lot of these custom rifle builds, like we just saw with Nosler.
Yeah.
It's modeled off the model or the Remington Model 700. Pretty tried and true rifle.
That's my God.
I mean,
That's my gun.
it's so tried
Why
and
don't
That's
you
true.
our
just get
gun.
one of those?
It's so tried and true that Remington was killing Winchester. The Model 70 is an awesome gun. It is the rifleman's rifle. But Winchester had to do something to compete. So what they did was they went away from the Mauser action. They went to a push feed rather than the retractor claw that held onto the cartridge. There's pluses and minuses to everything. We're not all hunting dangerous games, so we don't need to fire that rifle while we're hanging upside down from something or
Hopefully not.
tumbling away from a grizzly bear, right?
Hopefully
not
not.
too often.
Hopefully.
Hopefully not. But you know, Ruger made a rifle, the Model 77 with the Mauser action. Remington Model 70 always had the Mauser action where it had the retractor.
I want to go grab
claw
my
that held
rifle
on.
right now. Put it in your hand.
Isn't it right there?
No, it's upstairs.
Okay. But either way,
And
it's
then
but it's a
maybe-
Model 700. I mean, they're a dime a
what the-
dozen, but
that's
they're
what-
great, just like the Model
That's what
870.
the snipers use in Afghanistan, dude. It's
Right.
built off
You
the
know
same
why? Because the
chassis.
platform is simple.
Yes.
It's simple. You push forward, you fire, it works.
Dude, I got mine
owned
for
one,
$400,
and it
in,
was
like,
probably
2008.
one of the worst things I did was sell it because I needed to put a
So it's
door in a
off the
house.
table. It's off the table. Off
Yeah.
the table. Off the table.
Yep.
Off. fully. Is there a table at all in the room?
Or is
There's
it?
no
Is the table made of
Like,
2
what are we
by
talking about?
If I sell the Browning, which I've owned since I was 14 years old,
You're not going to sell that one. What can you sell?
We need to have a camera on Caleb with just
have-
his reactions. 'Cause
testicles I'm
He's-
not
he's-
using. I mean, maybe if
he's
somebody wants to buy some testicles.
Giving
I don't
all-
know.
Wait, what are you selling? You're selling testicles?
Well, I mean, here they go.
Oh, just rub them together. Look at those
Yeah,
balls. Those
here you
balls
go.
that you juggle in your hand.
Yeah.
What are those
You
called?
hanging from your windshield.
Right.
Tubbs
No.
testicles.
Those-
Get them while they're
those
hot.
Chinese balls with the
Okayest
bells.
testicles.
These are
right
big
here.
balls right here.
Well, I don't
Cue the
know.
ACDC.
Either way.
I got the hunting season survivor hoodie on the thing.
Yeah.
I'm buying one for my wife. Your wife gets one. Your wife gets one. I'm Oprah over here.
The real MVPs of hunting. That is no joke.
Like if we're dude,
It
they
is
are
no joke.
saints
Uh-huh.
to deal with our shit.
Dude. So after all the shit we put them through, like last night, I was lucky enough to actually get a buck.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I have to now be excited and like pretend like this is a giant." Like, you know what I mean? Like, sure,
Oh,
she's a little
cool.
bit excited, but like, also they have to like, oh, now I have to be like, "Oh, yay, you killed this wild animal that I didn't want you to kill."
Oh, look, another
they
mount in
are-
the basement.
Good work. No, this one's not good. No way. This is a skull mount. I wrote
skull
on the
mount.
thing, skull mount. I said, cut the head off. Please don't skull camp. I will pick it up the head and I'll
Euro mount it.
Euro mount.
You want stuff to boil it? I've got all the shit.
I got all
Seriously.
this shit too.
Okay.
I
I've
had
done
Jeff.
my
I had
last-
Jeff.
The only
I
thing I don't have is a pressure washer.
had
But I didn't either. I just froze it.
It's so much faster.
See,
Do
I
the
had-
Bo
I had,
Pilo method.
Jeff Genke. do
Bo's
this
done
one.
like 80. It's so you boil it, you simmer it for 2 hours, fucking hit it with the pressure washer.
really?
Oh my god. Most of the shit comes off. You put it back in for
Well,
45 minutes.
I
This one's-
was lazy and I let mine rot for 2 months.
Oh man.
And
Yeah,
then
I'm not gonna
freeze and then dry and freezing and dry and freezing and dry. I don't know how many times.
I did the buried it. I buried it one year.
Yeah, and it turned out kind of yellow, but you could
That was cool.
boil
This
it.
is cool. I mean, Jeff did this one, and he did.
Yeah.
This is the gun deer from last year.
If Lizard Hill bones live closer, I'd
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I'd
But
give it to
that
him.
just doesn't make sense.
No.
Shooter buck all day.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
that is a shooter buck. Are you
was-
joking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's great.
Limited
Gun
time.
season comes, I'm shooting that thing.
Yeah,
once.
that thing's dying.
Jeff
That
put
thing
it-
walks by me, boom. That's last year's gun buck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you we'll go on that knobber there?
Well,
I don't know if it will or not. If it does, I'll put it back up on this. Oh, the TV's right
It's gonna
there.
be a
It's not
tight
work.
cranium squeeze right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Ooh, Greg, work it in there. Oh, Greg can always get it in.
Oh, look at that. It does work.
Oh,
It's
Sounds
just small enough.
Look at that.
Anyway,
just lubed up enough, Greg.
Oh boy. The flannels
That
pair
was
really
dry.
nice with the sweatshirt, by the way.
You just earned some fans.
well, maybe
That was dry.
yellow.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
How hot is that fleece?
I don't know because I'm not wearing it. Clearly, because this Nosler sweatshirt
Where did that question come from?
is fleecy.
This thing is
No.
hot.
We partnered with Venato on it because we didn't have time to build a supply chain.
Mitch is our guy.
But so it'll be
Guys, this is not an Okayest Hunter fleece. This is a Venato, which is a high quality
we
brand.
just have our
that
name
just
on it. Yeah.
Decided to stitch Okayest Hunter on it for us. So
Mitch-
you're buying a high quality garment
Yeah.
for Okayest Hunter.
yeah. You just want to rep
This,
our
this is
name.
legit. Like if you are familiar with Legendary, like this is the old
Former legend.
former Legendary.
But not really because they still exist in their own capacity.
No,
Venato is a
Mitch-
whole
No,
new
they
thing
don't.
altogether.
Mitch
They don't.
start cranked up Venato, doing his own thing, sourcing the right stuff.
Yep.
Mitch
This is good stuff.
Mitch is a good guy. Mitch knows what's up. Check him out.
Yeah, I
Check
wish I
our
went to
stuff
college
out.
for supply chain management or something because
He's
to
no
try to
dummy.
we had a guy. This is so. Let me read the email.
Oh,
Hold on.
here it comes.
He's getting hot.
He is. You need a
Let
little
me
whiskey
just,
to cool you
Do you want
down?
me to get the nose jammer out?
Yeah, we're gonna nose jam you.
Keep that shit away from me. Far away.
I don't ever want to see another jar.
Guys,
Nose
don't,
jammer again.
Don't send Eric hunting products without
Do not
clearly labeled. things.
label. Do not put under armpits.
Oh, here
Do
it is.
not under.
Do
put
not
under
ingest
balls.
dough urine.
Do not drink this dough urine.
Not mouthwash.
Not mouthwash.
Where is it?
It could be.
I'm talking shit on the guy who came out and helped drag out my deer.
That's what we do here.
Good people.
Email
Yes.
subject line: unsatisfied.
Uh-oh.
Brian, good morning. I purchased one of your hats and received it yesterday. You're advertising the specific hat I purchased as a Richardson 112 trucker hat and sent me some knockoff hat brand from Vietnam that fits nothing like the Richardson hat. That's false advertising. You've lost my business. Sincerely, unhappy guy with a crappy hat.
Sorry, unhappy guy with a
hold on.
crappy hat.
So let me give you a little backstory here. We have spent the last year developing a supply chain to mimic precisely how the 112s are made so we could brand it with OKS Hunter and not have it say Richardson 112 because we wanted to be private label branded. I'm wearing that hat right now. This is the private labeled OKS Hunter.
That's the knockoff Richardson.
So, and quote in here, where's it? It's a knockoff hat brand from Vietnam. Didn't take more than a few Google searches, and I did a few to just cross-reference and cross-check my references. And I'm like, look, you're right. Hey, sorry to hear that, Brian, but the video is of a Richardson 112. We made that video a year ago. We're still running as an ad today. So sorry about that. We've since spent the last year updating our supply chain so we can add our custom branding to our hats. But that'd be a good thing. And we are meticulous about our quality. If you've met Tyler or know Tyler,
oh yeah,
the level
Tyler is the most
of
meticulous
anal
person there is.
extremely.
tentativeness that is
The
that what it's
level
called?
of anal.
Okay, listen.
Anal, what's it called? Anal
retentive.
Retentive? Is that say
He's an
tentative?
accountant by trade, correct?
He's a bean counter.
Okay,
He's not. He's an
Anal-
account
Have you guys
manager.
met an accountant?
accountants are
You've
extremely.
not met an accountant?
Okay, so let me
Yeah.
just
Think
that's
about
it. Like I'm just
yeah,
level setting around.
Just think
Watch
about
the
that.
movie The Accountant.
Tyler will snipe you.
It's a great movie,
Yeah,
but also it
But
shows
add
exactly
the
how their brain
Tyler
works.
in there, and you got it.
So
Tyler, we love you. Thanks for tracking my buck last night.
Yeah, brother.
the only reason this business works is because Tyler is our CFO and COO. Okay, I mean, if we had titles, that's what he would be. Don't ask what mine are. I'm the fuck all.
You're a monkey
But-
doing a math problem. It's okay.
So
we
I was
love
like,
you anyway.
I was like, okay,
He's the face.
most of the best-selling hats, including the Richardson 112 trucker hat and many other styles, are imported from different countries and manufactured in China, Bangladesh, and Vietnam.
Mhm.
That's where the Richardson 112 comes from.
I've got one that says made in Vietnam. I've
For
got
those that-
another one that says made in Bangladesh.
I mean, I probably got a Richardson 112 somewhere in this room that I could look at, and that's what it's going to say. But the way it works, the Richardsons actually get all the panels. Look at this hat. Let me show you this here.
This
That's
is
that's
this is a Yupong, but either way,
Yupong's good. That's a good
Bangladesh.
quality. So if you look at this, I just want to make sure.
I like it. It fits my head good. And
You
This
know
hat
it
has
does because
panels.
it's got sweat
That's-
stains.
that's-
If it's got sweat stains, it's
that's
been
the-
wearing well.
This
It's
is the
the
original.
OG.
This is like the first I ever made.
that is
From
number
Yupong.
2 out of 50
That hat is worth at least $21.
So,
at
so
least.
just some information for you
If
guys.
anybody's gonna up that bid,
We'll trade
Red
you for
Tubs,
we'll trade you for a
OG
case of Voodoo
salt
Ranger.
stains.
Yeah,
But
salty.
it's a little light. But
Keep the
we'll
train on the
still
tracks.
know,
Keep
you
the
know.
train on the tracks.
Okay,
Check this out.
put your bid in the comments.
Take your hat off if you're wearing one.
we need rifle money.
Do I have to take mine off?
If you're listening, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels that make a hat. I didn't know this. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You can see it,
Yeah,
but I never thought about it.
no,
So the Richardsons come over with all the panels. They come over from overseas with all the panels assembled. The hat's finished. The way we did it, our hats are being assembled into 6 panels and then shipped to us.
6 panel,
Same fucking thing.
more efficient.
It's just like
we got 6 panels. We're good.
they're all 6 whatever. So we're making the hat the same damn way, and instead of it saying Richardson and the freaking tag of this Yupong, it says OKS Hunter, which we're proud of. That's a big deal. We're like really impressed, and the comfortability and the fit and the way it's manufactured, especially when you consider who Tyler is. We had samples sent to us that we jettisoned, which means we turned down, we got rid of, we didn't do. We have turned down a lot of stuff if it doesn't meet quality. We have flannels. We tried doing flannels. I have one upstairs. It's got the freaking name on the pocket. It's the OKS Hunter on the tag. It's a piece of shit. There's, I think in the military we call them IPs. There's freaking cloth, stitchings hanging off all over the place. It doesn't have the nice. It's cut like shit. I can go get it. It's a piece of shit. And I was like, damn.
Don't get the shit.
Why can't
No.
this
Leave
be
the
good? I
shit.
want to do this, and it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good
You've
enough.
been talking about OKS Hunter flannels for years.
Years,
Ah,
man.
it's so
That was
hard to
like
figure
the
out.
first thing. It was the first thing that you said. I want our name on a flannel, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds legit. That sounds cool. I like it. I love flannels.
Well, furthermore,
Let's do
dude, furthermore, we are not a big corporation or a big. I do this with an
We're
eighth of
not?
my fucking time.
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
We are
Like,
fucked.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. that-
Retirement? No, we're gonna be paying
This
that.
is bullshit,
I'm
Clark.
sorry,
Come on,
Brian,
man.
Brian, that you're unsatisfied with your hat.
This fucking guy.
We every review we have on our website is 5 stars. All
Not
of them.
Brian's.
I'm
Not
waiting
Bri-
for
he is the
can do
1-star
it.
guy
He can do
that
it.
took you down to a
Look,
4.1 rating.
I'll give him credit where
Fuck
credit's
you.
due. It is false advertised that it is not
You're full
technically
of shit,
a Richardson
Clark.
112 because the fucking sticker says it is. So like whoop-de-doo. But man, I don't know. I was just that's how I started my day off, and it just kind of
A
pissed
new
me off.
hat's like a new pair of underwear. If it tugs at you funny, you don't like it.
I'm bald.
until
Do you
it's
know the level of
broken.
sensitivity I have to a hat comfortability is like acute.
Everybody's head's different.
It's acute
Yeah,
for me.
we
I can
had this
feel. I can
discussion,
feel
didn't
things
we?
that you
but
guys. You
Morgan?
guys can't feel what I can feel. I'm bald as shit.
I don't know.
You feel totally
me-
different nose
I don't
jammer
think
things than I
me
feel.
tell
Yeah, I mean, nose jammer. Hello.
I'm not putting that shit under my armpits.
Let's talk about how
or
the head
under my
feels.
nuts.
Wow,
Just
it's
saying.
really weird to look at
I've
you without
never
your
done
hat.
this. I've never taken my hat off on this
Looks like a cue
podcast.
ball. It's so round.
I'm very sweaty right now.
It's white.
Glistening
Yeah.
with glitter.
Caleb,
You
are
got
you
a
getting
little-
footage of
Is that
his
stripper
head?
glitter
Yeah.
on your head?
Yeah.
Caleb, can you zoom in?
So anyway, I'm
On
just
the
telling.
glare
I'm
on
just
his head?
telling you that
No, don't put your hat on.
The-
Look at the dome on that one.
the comfortability of this hat is good, and I know because I'm bald as shit, and I can feel it. So I don't
You
know.
have
I
a
don't know why I
tiny
felt
little
like getting
pebble
into
of a
that.
head.
I'm not sure what happened here.
I was really, really hoping to break in the killability of this hat.
Dude, by the way,
That's a
you need to-
Pacific hat. That's a Pacific hat. That's a really
you
nice
need to
hat.
sign the hat that I have.
Yeah, that hat's
Sign and date.
That's the fucking hat.
That's the kill.
Sorry,
That's the kill hat.
that's the hat.
I've been swearing this whole
And
time.
do I
Derek.
wear it? I wore it twice.
Yeah,
and I
right.
said,
You wear it tomorrow.
Darn.
Dirt, dirt, dirt.
you shut your mouth
Derpa
over
derpa
there.
haka haka sherpa sherpa.
You be careful with your billiard ball.
Hey,
fucking.
Thank you
white
for coming
head.
out to
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you guys for the support, the call.
Hey, don't
Or-
forget Quick
What-
Trip.
what,
Don't
uh,
forget to stop at Quick Trip.
What grunt tube did you use
Was
to,
that Quick
to
Trips?
grunt that guy in?
Yeah.
Is it a Weathered
what
Oaks? What do you got?
I wish I could say it was the Weathered Oaks. I did not have the Weathered Oaks. With me.
What do you got? Like a fucking like bone collector or something?
No, it's some piece of shit. It sounds really weird if you blow slightly too hard. It's like
But you knew the amount of pressure to put through it, and you.
I
made
did
it
for the
work.
first two. The third one was a little risky.
little risque.
I toned her down for the last two.
Hey, come over here.
It's
This
I don't
is
know what
called
kind
in he
Doesn't
said
matter.
he said he put stealth strips around the plastic tubing of the shooter buck grunt tube. Kevin with Deer Hunter podcast.
Yeah.
He said it made it sound like a real soft, natural sound.
Come on.
And he shot that buck. I don't know if he used a grunt tube to call him in, but he shot a buck a couple days ago.
Either way, it helped.
Mother of
Yeah,
pearl.
it gave him a lot of confidence.
Mother of pearl. That's right.
Oh, Josh Bomar has a grunt tube.
Don't even start.
I'm
Don't
not
even
saying it's
start
good.
with that.
I just can't get over how he bought a grunt tube from us when we babysat his kids in our trade
I
show.
think he
booth.
felt bad for us.
He did. He's like,
I mean, you don't have to think that. He did.
He
It's a fact.
100% did.
I twisted his arm. He's got big arms. I was like,
That's a big
Yeah.
arm.
you're
to twist.
buying something, right?
Did you use both arms and a leg? To
I
do
think
it?
I think it was probably Sarah twisting more than you because we did
Let me
babysit
see
her
his hand. Let me
kids
see his
for
hand
a
real quick. Let
while.
me see. Do you ever see this trick? Watch this. Let me see his hand.
What are you doing?
Just gonna pull your finger.
You do the like you're gonna eat a hamburger, like I'm gonna eat a hamburger, and you just freaking do one of these.
Oh,
You got bring it in like the chest, it's like a basic wrist lock
Ow.
takedown. It's pretty epic. You can just drop
It's my
someone to the
trigger
ground.
finger.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Sorry,
Sorry,
be careful with that. We're pretty
I
close
could,
to gun
I could go
season.
the opposite way.
Somebody-
I do it.
Eric, come on.
I don't want to attack somebody, but I almost felt like I want to
Come
attack
on.
you.
We'll just massage that out.
Are you
Thank
okay?
you,
I maybe I
Greg.
went too hard. I'm sorry. I didn't pull you in enough. I
We
didn't.
don't. I mean, that thing's hot right now.
This thing's
We don't need that effed
been on
up.
fire this fall.
And here you effed it
You're
up.
gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, we're $2
We
bucks
can trace
in,
it back to now. You have an
$2 bucks
excuse.
in. This is buck number one.
and Mike Tyson wants to go bite Vander Holyfield's finger off over
Now
here.
you
I
have
mean,
an
You
come on.
sick bastard.
Now you have an excuse.
The
You're very
fuck's
welcome.
wrong with
When
you?
you miss a deer, because fucking Eric.
I'll
did
be
that thing.
virtual from now on. Thank you
Right.
very much.
Come on. Jeez. Way to go,
Sorry.
Can you
Eric.
believe
I did not
this?
mean to upset you. I'm very sorry.
Come on.
I don't know how to feel
I was just showing you that I could take Josh down. I could do it.
because I'm like most like Josh. Because I am the exact replica.
I would do it the same way.
Josh and I are
Just a
we're-
little shorter. It's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
I mean, you can probably take me down. You can probably
Yeah.
take Josh down.
I'd be like, let me see your hand.
Hey,
I want to kiss your
Camera
hand.
Josh
boy,
eats
you got that
pieces of
camera
shit
over there.
like
I
me
mean,
for
get the
breakfast.
right angle on that bicep, okay? You can make that thing look the size of a redwood
I'll do a grandma's
if you
trick.
want. Yeah. Yes.
Look at my muscles, mom. Look at my muscles.
Grandma taught my kids that just push it up from the
Just
other
push it
side.
up from the other
looks way
side.
bigger.
Yeah. Look how big that.
You
that's
like that?
that thing's a
Eat your heart
python.
out, Bomar.
Oh.
Pulling 98 pounds, sucker.
Have you? So what you're shooting? What broadhead are you shooting?
Grim Reaper.
Your mom's
3 blade.
broadhead.
What have y'all heard about those beast broadheads? Are they any good?
Yeah, they're great.
Damn it!
They're all great.
It's
if they
almost
can-
annoying that it's good, isn't it?
No, Josh knows what he's doing. Bomar knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Is he a questionable personality in some of the videos? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a phenomenal archer.
Okay.
Watch any of his videos. He's a phenomenal
Well, he
archer.
could break a bow in half with his.
He knows
fucking
what he's
hands.
doing. He's
Hey,
a very
when you
smart
can
person.
cross fuck off every day of the week, not have a regular job, and go shoot your bow,
Could
and
you
look like
imagine
a
if Greg
beast.
was like ripped and chiseled?
He is
Could you like how different would he be? Like
ripped
what,
and chiseled.
What?
Dude, I watched
Well,
Greg
my name's
hike
Greg
down
Phelps.
a freaking mountain, across a creek, up a mountain. He did great.
With his throat, with his heart in his throat,
Say it with your
banging
chest.
away.
Say it
Say
with
it
your
with your chest. Me and this guy, dude, you okay? Yeah. Why? Dude, you're falling down a lot. Yeah, I wore the wrong boots.
I didn't know you wore
You
different.
didn't
I
wear
boots.
the
totally-
wrong boot.
You
Oh,
totally
no.
no. He wore.
No, I wore.
Dude,
I wore
Greg was I was legit.
dude, I wore the
slightly
lacrosse
worried,
boots.
because we had
I
a
thought, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up and see.
Oh, what are those called again?
those
The-
lacrosse boots,
those
the
are
Ursas?
Those are too stiff.
the Ursas.
They
They,
hurt my
were
ankles.
not. No, they were fine.
They're
Because
probably for that terrain that you were in.
they are, but I will tell you, it's soccer cleats versus football cleats.
I don't know what that means.
You need soccer cleats.
I don't play soccer or football.
More studs, right? Smaller studs
small stuff.
to be able to grab
You
a
have
hold
two
of the terrain.
studs right here. What's happening?
Yeah, you do.
More studs.
I'm pretty much Josh Bomar.
more studly, less studly. Either way, just the other pair of boots was better.
Yeah. Okay.
I never fell in those things. And we went in probably the worst terrain we had gone.
placebo.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Well,
But-
no, there was also a night you didn't sleep well at all.
What happened? You have restless leg syndrome or something?
Sure.
Did you eat too much chili? What?
Something like no, we did fine. We didn't have chili. That's why. No
Too much
chili.
chicken? What
We
the
ate a bag
fuck
of
are you-
fucking
Don't
barbecue
even
chicken. I
fuck
know
with,
that.
Don't fuck with the chicken.
I'm
We-
not. I'm gonna eat
Dude,
some chicken.
Don't be fucking on the
I'll
chicken.
chicken for
I will
breakfast
fuck you up.
You had better.
And he'll follow up.
Well, we're both here
tomorrow.
to.
If I kill a deer
fuck
tomorrow,
you
who's gonna
up.
help me? Is it gonna be my boss or is it gonna be somebody else?
You make a phone call.
I don't.
I
have a
will
truck.
answer the
I
phone.
don't want to put a deer in my car if I don't have to.
You make the phone call. I will try to make it happen.
All right.
Just as long as it's not between the hours of
Just
10.
know I'm gonna be very hyper
1
and very
o'clock.
impatient and very excited.
Oh,
Do what I
I've-
did. Walk.
We've
I
been.
walked
I've
circles
been
around
there
my car
with
for
you.
2 hours.
I know you're like casually. Take your time, Eric. It's okay. I'm just chilling.
I've
I was
already
like,
waited.
bullshit. You are.
Dude, I was internally fucking losing my shit.
I knew it.
I was losing my shit.
I was like, I gotta be here till like at least 6 o'clock.
But I took that as a good sign because immediately when I climbed down out of my stand, I knew, like, in my heart of hearts, I was like, he's
dead.
down.
Oh, it doesn't matter when
He's
I go
dead.
get him. He's gonna.
You know,
be there.
he's dead.
Yeah.
The conversation you and I had, you sent picture. I sent you a message. I'm like, that there's dead in 100 yards.
Yeah, and he was.
100%.
He was.
Just looking at what was left of the blood on the fletchings and a little bit of brown fur.
you got to
brown
talk-
fur.
And you got to talk to me right after. So
Yeah,
you got
like
the realest
I had to
reaction,
call you. I'm like, okay.
Right? Like, it's the realest reaction.
Like, you're like, dude, I had it settled above the heart. I think I hit just a tad back because he might have been quartering, but I think it's money. And I heard the pop. I'm like, if you heard the pop, you've shot more deer than all of us. We've all shot some deer, but of all three of us, you shot more. You know what that sound is.
Oh, yeah.
You
It was
know
a good sound.
it's a good sound.
I've heard that sound and have not found a deer before. You were with me when we did not find that deer. I still don't know.
That
what the fuck
was
happened.
a weird deal. I don't know what to say
It
with
was
that
a very
either.
weird deal, and it is
Yeah,
on YouTube.
I mean, it
but-
could be under somebody's bird feeder and we're turned into crow food for all we know. But hey, life goes on.
Oh, yeah. Need mirrors on the hats. What am I gonna do with a mirror? Interesting.
Watch behind you.
Yeah,
Hmm,
you
not
can watch that
working.
shooter
Well,
buck
we
come
will-
from behind.
Oh yeah. The number is
off.
not live, guys. We're not doing call-ins today. I'm sorry. I just want to hear Derek's story, not have interruptions. People are like, the number's not working.
Nope. You're
That is
right.
because
Correct.
we didn't turn it on.
My
But
bad.
we appreciate and love the hell out of all you folks.
Yeah. No.
So
normally I would be like full. send
next-
that-
You're
next
watching
time.
footage right now?
you are
I'll take it.
totally.
He's dumping footage.
That's
He's
the
dumping
old,
footage.
It's the old gut bag I just saw flying through
Yes,
the air.
sir. Hello.
There were some nuts that got hung high in a tree last night.
That is part of the
Thank
deal.
you, Calder.
Calder, very happy with all the merch, even if it's from Alibaba.
Let me tell you,
Thanks,
it's
caller.
not from fucking Alibaba.
I'm joking.
Let me tell you right now.
I remember having those earlier conversations. Hey, we're gonna just try and order this from out. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, here we go.
doesn't
Yeah,
work.
don't do that ever again because it sucks.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't.
No,
work.
anyway, I don't know. Good job, Derek.
Yeah,
High
man.
five.
Hey, thanks
Way
for
to go.
coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks
Good
for the
shit.
call and the confidence. It's
Absolutely.
it's just like you feel like it can't happen. You feel like it can't happen. It's not going to happen. It's never
And
until
then
all of a
It's
sudden
good to know
there's
you
one
have all that
second.
self-doubt too, because that's all that plays in my head. Just like this guy.
No,
I'm not
always-
gonna bring the video guy with me. I'm not gonna bring Caleb. Nothing's gonna happen. Look that now with that attitude.
Not with that attitude, Greg.
All
Why
right,
he's here.
we'll talk. We'll talk.
So we're gonna do some interviews for the OKS Hunter Show season 3 tonight.
Should be a real
And-
doozy.
FYI, there is a film being produced. I told Keegan I want it by Deer Camp so I can watch it at Deer Camp.
I
So,
told Keegan
This
I want
film
it
might
tomorrow.
make
me look a little bit.
Dad bod.
What?
That's a given, right? I mean, come on, hello, Wisconsin deer
little
hunter.
too
No, what were you
Happy-
gonna
what,
say?
what,
A
what?
little. What?
Well, a little weak.
Weak.
Week in the what?
What are you talking about?
A little huff and puff.
Dude,
That
you
was
and I
a-
were
no,
both
no, no,
flatlanders.
wait,
we were
wait.
huffing and puffing like
That was
mother.
on purpose.
But you know
I
what?
told,
We were,
We had a hell of a time doing it.
dude. You know, and we got a compliment. I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
The compliment we got was, "You guys never complained." Not that you
And
did
I-
good,
And
but
we
didn't
both kind of
complain.
looked. We both looked at him and were like, "What's there to complain about? Look at the mountains.
Freaking beautiful.
It's freaking awesome. Look at these redwoods. They're older than like our great grandfathers, for
I
that
can't-
matter. And
I
they're
can't
freaking
wait
Keegan to
I can't wait to see.
fucking awesome.
I
I
can't
said-
wait to see this film. To be
I can't
honest with
either.
you, because I think it's gonna be super cool.
I
Yeah.
said, can you just like strap a GoPro to like Greg's rifle barrel and like just get him like breathing heavy a lot? Because like I really want to show what happens when you said Midwesterner.
Little did he know
It
I
needs to be
wasn't
okay
breathing
for
that
her.
bad. I did pretty good. I mean, I was sucking air through a straw.
Never once was I like, "Wow, Greg's really breathing hard. Does that guy have
'Cause-
asthma?"
'cause
Never once.
Both of us were like,
dude.
fuck, dude, this is awesome. Oh,
Well, I don't know.
what do you think of this?
There
This
was-
is fucking great.
There was no film of you packing it out,
No,
and there was no film. Well, maybe there. No, there probably is. 'Cause
There's-
Keegan was with us.
there's plenty of
Shit, I'm gonna look.
Yes.
I'm gonna be the one who looks fucking weak. 'Cause
Hey,
we went 3
hey,
miles back up the
You're
mountain. dude,
welcome, and I got you.
I was dying.
Keegan, you should go with him because he's gonna kill
I
something
see what you
right
were
away,
doing.
first day.
Well, the Nosler tour seems like it's gonna be really
I will tell you, what an awesome place.
I
What an
can't
awesome bunch of
say
people.
How
Just
impressed
like
I was.
we were just like, you know, I mean, cool factory tour, but we really want to get hunting. And it was like, we got through part of it, and th're like, yeah, and then we have this other facility, and we're like,
What? There's more?
oh, there's more.
Thanks, but no thanks.
But we're like, thanks, but well, let's think on it, I guess. We got through it, and we're like,
we toured the first one. We're like, we should go.
We
see
should
the
just
second
go see the other one,
This is
because
freaking-
there's other cool shit going on. The making of the brass was just awesome. Yeah.
I didn't realize the scope of exactly what they did in that facility, but seeing it go from just freaking like
Copper, raw copper and lead.
raw, yeah, and then get formed. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And the specs that they pull on that stuff,
Oh
like
man,
the
just-
quality control,
and the people that
freaking
work there give a
insane.
shit about their job.
Yeah.
They give a shit about the product.
it was like the turnover you were talking about at gunpowder. Like
There is
people
none,
don't leave
right.
that. Like,
Yeah.
like that lady who looks at those bullets has been doing that for 38 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, how could you possibly look at bullets and find blemishes? I looked at the pile of blemishes. There was like 2,000 shells in there. I was like, is this from today? And they're like, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I was like,
Just
oh
finds
my
just a little is
God.
because maybe it landed on the conveyor wrong or something
What do they
happened.
do with all the blemishes?
Oh, they sell them. People will buy them and they still shoot great. Like you can
Buy 'em
buy
as, like-
but they
second
wose
bullets.
put them in their normal.
but they won't put them in
won't
their
be
rounds.
in those packs.
Nope, they
Yeah.
will not be in their rounds, and they still shoot fine.
Yep.
Unless they're really out of whack, but they do a phenomenal job of
It
quality
was- it was
control
wild.
and grading, and then they'll sell what they can sell.
Yep.
And what doesn't pass muster at all goes away.
Hmm.
It's garbage. It's scrap.
I love the
cool.
little dungeon of the guys who do the through the mounted barrel testing.
That
Those guys were legit.
we couldn't film in there, but that is impressive.
That's how you know it's
no,
cool.
there was a couple areas you could not film.
we
no,
could
right,
not film.
right.
I
That
mean,
makes
I
sense.
got pictures of the
I was gonna ask you about that, but I figured it was probably all handled
Yeah, like
because that's
we-
proprietary things happening.
Yeah.
oh, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their reloading facility is
off limits.
awesome. Like, couldn't
That's
even
cool.
imagine like the amount of rounds that get reloaded in there and how they do it, how they measure it. Doesn't matter if it's, and they were reloading whitetail country,
Mhm.
and it gets the same amount of attention to detail as the partition loads, the premium loads do. So
Well, I don't know. It's just
Love it.
accurate. It's accurate AF, man. I don't.
yeah,
I don't.
it's great stuff.
At least because I've always heard like your gun needs to like the ammo. My gun hasn't liked an ammo as much as this ammo to date.
Isn't that
I don't
something?
know how to explain that or why that is. That's just how it is for my gun. And I shoot a Remington 700 30-06 bolt action, and it is the happiest it's ever been shooting that round.
And it's not
It's
going to
pretty
break
cool.
the bank to buy that
No, it's very
ammunition.
affordable, and it's even more affordable. Damn it, with I knocked the arrow down. Even more affordable with the OHP discount. I just told my buddy the other day, I was like, he's like, well, I got all my stuff. I got to sight my rifle. Did you buy the ammo? Oh, I didn't have it at the store. I'm like, get it online.
You're not going to get it at the store.
They
Like
ship quick.
the stores are so far behind, especially around here. Like they're hooked on the Remingtons, the Olin ammunition. So Olin is going to be
It's not
Winchester or
as good.
Browning.
It's not as good.
No,
Yeah,
just
this
fucking
stuff
isn't.
is not going to be easy to find on any shelf this season.
no.
But like,
Because as
if you
fast as they're
ever,
making it and shipping it, it's
It sells for
selling.
I know how
$34.99. You just
people
plug in a
are.
discount, you save like about $6.
I know how people are like, and I feel like our following is a very humble, good
Mm-hmm.
group, and like using discount codes is sometimes hard for them. But like,
True.
just
Why not?
remember, it helps us because it's showing Nosler, hey,
Yep.
these people are like helping us,
Yeah.
and it's helping you.
Yep.
So just use the discount code, order it online, get it before gun season. You will not be disappointed.
No.
It is fantastic.
It performs
ammo.
well.
Greg and I were in the facility. It was being made.
Yeah.
We watched 30-06 shells being made.
30-06.
It's fantastic.
270.
What they do
all your
is
popular whitetail.
really, really impressive.
Well, we got more coming our way because I shot almost whole box.
Yeah. Were you having
Tyler
that
and my
much
buddy
fun?
Mike. Yeah, it was great, dude. It was great. Yeah. Joel was having a good time. He took a while to sight in. He had a couple guns.
I've suddenly found a little bit of interest in long range shooting.
Yeah. Just imagine that for the next trip, right?
I was telling
Well,
some
you
guys
never
at work
know.
today. I was like, "There's something about sniping deer at a distance that
There is.
it hits
I mean,
a little different. It's not bow hunting. It isn't.
No,
but it hits
it's
different.
not. It's not the same intimacy. But I tell you what, when you can nestle behind a high-powered rifle that's designed to shoot 500 yards or more, 500, we'll say to 800 yards,
You
and
feel like Chris Kyle. Just saying.
and you can knock down a deer and put out of your mind what species or what size, it doesn't matter. When you can hit a deer that size or that distance, it's a pretty big deal.
That's pretty cool.
And when you have awesome people behind you,
Dude, without Lyndon,
Lyndon, Justin,
Lyndon was there, and
Denny, those guys are
I know we talked about this already, so I don't
Yeah.
want to but I was really nervous because I've never shot in front of someone.
yeah, right. You told the
So
story.
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
camera guy thing, I've never shot in front of someone.
so
But
and you came to me, you're like, dude,
I
pressure
hated
is
it.
on. I'm
I
like,
hated
you'll be
it.
fine.
I've
there was
never
like
seen- I've
10
never seen
people.
this
He's
side
like,
of Derek,
But
I don't like it.
and he doesn't like it, but he's like, dude, I really hate
which
this.
is good
This
because it
kinda
means you only
sucks.
talk about things when you're confident about it. Otherwise, you shut.
But we had our side discussion. I'm like, dude, you got this. I've watched you crush that rock how many times? I even crushed it with my own gun.
Give him a mental reach around.
You were
Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah. But I'm going, you'll be okay.
Totally different. Totally different. Of like what I grew up on. What I grew up on,
100
hunting in the
yards and
Northwoods, is yes, close range.
Yeah.
But like you have the opportunity, you freaking take it immediately.
100%.
You shoot.
Because the window is small.
And what does Lyndon tell me? He's like, dude, just do like 5-6 dry fires on that buck.
And you
I'm like,
did.
what?
You
I'm like,
did. I hear click. Yep.
dry fire.
Dead deer.
So Lyndon looks at me. I
Rack.
remember I dry fired on the first time at like
Yeah.
780 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I dry fire on that buck. And Lyndon looks at me and he's like, how'd it feel? I was like, he's dead.
Yeah.
And he
He's
goes,
done.
He just had this look where he was like, he believed me. And I
He's
was
like,
like, he believes me.
He
I was like,
believes.
I can do it.
I can do this.
He actually believed me with
Yeah.
the look on my face. When normally I'm like, dry fire?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Click.
When's the last time you ever dry fired a rifle? A short event?
Never dry fire.
That's
right
And I
fine.
will
now.
tell you,
Before
like,
that,
but what did we
Never.
learn too, right? In hunter safety, it's bad to dry fire. You should have a a firing cap in there.
Yeah.
So it's basically a dead round with a primer in
To
it,
let
so
it-
it can just strike. So that firing pin has something to strike against.
Interesting. We didn't learn that way when I learned how to.
I don't know, but I can tell you, I've dry fired my rifles plenty. I've not had any issue with it.
We
It's
were
been
trained-
fine.
But that really
Just-
does help, though,
We were
right? 'Cause,
trained
Oh,
by
like,
yeah.
there's
we spent a
no
whole
there's
fucking
no
week
impact.
dry firing.
No,
It was like dry humping. You know, it's like, God damn it, I want the real thing.
Sounds terrible.
You
yeah,
know?
it sounds terrible.
But it taught you the fundamentals.
Right,
It
it,
taught you-
does
it-
teach you the
'Cause if you don't have
fundamentals.
those, that's what I told Mike when we were at the range on Saturday. I was like, Mike, you're, and I'm not an expert, guys. I'm just not. But I do understand. This is the one fucking thing I can actually do is shoot a rifle. And Joel even gave me a pat on the back. Thank you, Joel, because Marines, you know, he knows what he's doing. Marine, get over here. Show me how to do this. He's like, no, you fucking got it. But it was like, and at the bottom of that breath, everything will rest where it's supposed to rest.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's
done
something you can
picking up
replicate.
and then
If you're,
settling.
so Mike was doing this.
Consistent.
Mike was muscles like you're doing the flex with the Bomar flex.
and you can't.
The
You're
moment-
What we found
you're
out is
forcing
you
it
should
in- You're
not.
forcing it
Yes,
into a
we
spot.
did.
You pull the trigger. You may have forced it to have those crosshairs where it needs to be. By the time you pull the trigger, you can't repeat the forced thing
No.
again and again and again. It's not replicable.
No,
So I was like, I told Mike, I'm like, do the breathing exercise. Don't even pull the don't squeeze the trigger at the bottom of the breath. Just see where the gun's gonna rest. Do it again, see where it's gonna rest. And once you think, okay, after 3 or 4, it's resting where I want it to rest, the crosshairs are in the right spot. As you're getting the bottom of that breath, squeeze the trigger, and it should just surprise you. And he boom, 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 bullseye, bullseye, bullseye.
All I could think
It was
about.
so good.
Sorry, I know you want to go.
no,
The
no.
fundamentals
you need
are
to.
important.
Just real quick. All I could think about when Lyndon mentioned the dry fire, because that had never crossed my mind in my entire life to do that, is when I teach my kids to shoot rifle. That's all I'm going to do.
That's
Is
it.
do exactly what you just said. Do the breathing, and then click.
Yep.
And dry fire. Because if you
'Cause
do
they'll
that
still
5
flinch.
times,
They'll still flinch.
that's what you get used to.
Yes.
And then when you shoot it,
In the dry fire,
That's
you're
exactly
on.
something. Yep.
that's what you.
the dry fire. If you got a guy flinching,
You will
really-
jerk the
my,
shit out
my
of that.
buddy's
Yeah.
buddy's son was terrible. 30-06 pump action Remington, not a bad gun to shoot. He would miss deer all the time. Miss so many deer. We're like, okay, line up. Give me that gun. It's a game of roulette at this point. Do I have a round in here or not? Let's see what you do. Hand him the gun.
That's
No shit.
Evil.
It is evil, but you will
It
know.
works.
You
It
will
works.
know it does work.
Mhm.
And no shit, he went and jerked that trigger so hard he flinched the barrel, probably a good 16 inches,
Oh God.
expecting that it's going to jack him in the shoulder.
But there's no show.
No shell. And that thing jumped. I'm like, he's flinching.
Boy, I'm gonna backhand you.
Well, but
Let me show
so
you.
we kept doing it. We kept, every 1 or 2 we put a live round in there, and it worked the flinch out of him eventually. But at the end of the day,
Sometimes I have at a rifle range, you hear someone else pop off and it
Yeah.
freaks you out. You're like, damn it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just a response.
But in the deer woods, your adrenaline's going. If you got a deer in your crosshairs,
yeah,
you got to find that zen, that calm, and then once you just for me, the fundamentals are muscle memory. They're soldered into my core.
right.
Like I'm very fortunate that I can now. Bow hunting's a different fucking story. So he got it.
That's
Bo
a
got it.
beast. Yeah, that's a
girl.
tank.
Oh man, look at that hat.
So my good buddy Bo Bilo
Oh
just
my God.
smashed
The
a
mass.
giant.
That's a
tonight.
giant 9-pointer.
It's
On camera, Ghost Bucks Hunt. If you're not following Ghost Bucks Hunt on
It's
YouTube,
thick. It's thick everywhere.
Yeah,
it's an old buck.
That's an old buck.
That's
That's
his
a
number one
5
deer he wanted to shoot.
5-6-year-old deer.
It's an old deer.
It doesn't taper
Yeah.
off anywhere. It just stays thick.
It's huge.
Yeah,
And
Wow.
he drilled it, and it went down in 80 yards.
If you're not following Ghost Bucks on YouTube, you're really missing out. Like there's like the Hunting Public, Bow Martonic, Meat Eater, who are the other Behind the Bow? Who else? Who else is like really
behind the bow hasn't put anything
Latitude.
on. But yeah, all those guys are putting out great stuff.
all good stuff. I'm telling you, there's an undercurrent under the undercurrent. Like the guys I just mentioned aren't like the Remingtons and the fucking huge brands. They're the sub brands, but they're great. They have huge Sequel and so forth. If you're not following these other guys like Ghost Bucks, you're just missing out on some really good shit. And I just don't think there's enough awareness around some of the other people that are doing really cool shit that like aren't in the mainstream.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put you in the mainstream because like that's cool if you get in the mainstream. I mean, you're not cool anymore or whatever. Like the underground, like music scene of now they're fucking popular. I discovered them first. But let me tell you,
I liked them before they were popular.
Yeah, exactly. But seriously, like Ghost Bucks. I said this on. I was on Bowhunter Chronicles on Sunday. It'll air tomorrow. I think I said something along the lines of like, you two are the sleepers of the motherfucking industry, like straight up.
I'll be sleeping.
If you're not,
I'll be sleeping in my Wenzel.
If you're not paying attention, you're missing. You're just combing over the best shit. What some guy tagged you, Derek, or sent us a note on YouTube and said, "Holy shit, I've watched this, that, and the other thing," and Derek just showed me the way. I read his article. He answered my question. I watched his video. He's like, I've been watching videos about buck betting for years from all of the main people that talk about it. And
I read that.
Derek
comment.
said, I don't even know what he fucking said.
And that comment was just made me smile. I'm going,
people. So like the Ghost Bucks and Bo, like
Eric told me, walking in the woods, film what you're thinking and just say what you're thinking. And that's what I do.
Yeah, and that's what you do, and you do a phenomenal job at it. So
if you're not following Ghost Bucks, go do that. And
Dropping Pins podcast.
And those guys and the Ghost Bucks guys, Bo and his whole crew and his dad. I mean, they're
killers.
They're the best hunters I've ever hunted with in my life.
But
I've hunted with some good hunters. These guys are the fucking cream of the crop.
But they're doing it with an OKS hunter hat, which tells me they don't have any fucking ego about it.
Which is amazing. And Bo's cousin Blake, who was on the podcast not long ago, he shot a public land buck near Madison, Wisconsin, where he lives. And the buck he shot 10-pointer in Madison, public land. He's been trying for like 4 or 5 years to shoot a public land buck.
Mm-hmm.
He got one like 4 days ago.
Yep.
Got it all on film.
We shared on our social story.
Check them out. They're, I mean, the absolute salt of the earth, best people you can imagine.
Yeah,
please give them a follow.
So, all right. Well, we'll this has been a long episode, which it should have been. We had a guest lineup for tonight. I told them, I said, we gotta punt and reschedule because this is story time. We got to make room for this stuff as it happens.
Thank you.
Mid-season, so
I appreciate it.
We'll keep everybody updated with how Greg and I do, and expect some more shenanigans and dipshittery from me. I don't know what to get from Greg.
Caleb will film it.
I mean, tripped into the fucking out of the canoe and all that stuff.
That would have been epic footage if you could have done it in slow-mo.
I did tell Caleb. I said, "Hey, you seem like a guy who likes to film hunting. Make sure when you go with Eric, film everything.
Every damn thing. Just when you think you should just put the camera away, don't.
Just don't ever. Whenever you're not hunting, that's when you need to film.
Shit will hit the fan.
It's awful.
No, it's not. It's hilarious.
It's beautiful.
It's wonderful.
It's literally the story
It is
of
quintessential OKS hunter. Yes.
Stay tuned for the Oregon blacktail hunt film.
I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
No pressure, but Keegan, you're gonna make it fucking amazing.
Oh, I gave him all the pressure yesterday. I said, Keegan, A, your name is gonna be on all this. B, it's gonna get shared with all of our best partners.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Every time I come, I produce a pint.
Whoa, a pint, not a quart, a pint.
Oh, I meant to say quart.
Normally it's a quart. What's bigger, a pint or a quart? I don't even know.
I'm bad with measurement.
I swear it was 6.
What is this, Greg?
I can't tell you.
Tony has no jammer. He's not putting it on his body. Tony Cordero.
Oh, I like how you do that behind the scenes. Tony, you son of a bitch.
Tony's like, hey, I got a little secret. We can't share it with you.
I legit
put it on the trees.
I legit almost put in my ball sack.
I don't put that past you
whatsoever. Did you put a little bit?
Dude, if I did, I would have been hospitalized.
You touched it a little bit?
I would have been hospitalized.
You touched it a little bit.
No, not even a little bit. But I thought about it because I was like, that's a stinky.
He was in the shower. Let's be honest.
No,
hey,
afterwards.
Caleb, I'm gonna wish you the best of luck tomorrow.
Aunt Karen, I'm sorry you have to hear about this. Aunt Karen does listen on occasion. So I do apologize.
What do girls do for their hair with shampoo?
They don't put no jammer in it.
What scent control? Dude, that's a ton of scent just sitting in there. And they're using all their like fancy, what is it, bedhead, smell good stuff. Is there anything on the market for women to wash their hair that doesn't have scent?
I think it's the green soap.
It's the green
that
soap.
Can't be
leaves your hair wiry.
Right?
That can't be good enough. There's got to be some, like, who's making, dude, I was like, someone's got to make a spray deodorant that doesn't have a damn
throws
scent.
a shoe?
Who's making all the scent control stuff that's like legit good quality? I have the green soap in my bathroom. It's
I think the more
trash.
chemicals you put in your body, the less
using
you're
a red
smelling
bottle.
clean. So I think it's tough.
I don't know. I left a red bottle up at his parents' place last time I was up at deer camp.
Is
Is
with
that
them.
scent killer gold?
Get this.
I
Get this.
think that's
The
still
scent
up there.
killer gold is not good. It's not.
Probably.
It's the same trash as the other shit.
No,
It's all
it's
trash.
all trash,
It's the
but
same stick of shit.
it's probably better.
No,
It's Scotch better.
not for dude. I don't know what the deal is.
What did I get in Oregon? Do you remember? I got a pair of boots.
Nose Jammer Make
and
shampoo? Bullshit. I'm not putting that in my
You
hair.
got Crispies and you got what?
It was a stick of the gold
Yeah. so
I have
deodorant.
that in my
and
car. I have
It,
that in my
actually it actually works.
Did it,
Do you know what I did when I was in
not
Illinois?
that it actually fucking matters that much. Just play the wind, but whatever.
Yeah, you know what I did when I
yo.
was in
Put some
Illinois?
put some mud under your
I was going
armpits and
in-
your nuts.
I was going into this hub, right? So there's all these hills. It's really windy, so I was really nervous. There's a steep hill in front of me, and like I had all these hub scrapes. So all these fingers drop down to this bottom, and I'm like, I cross the river, and I'm hunting in this like flat.
How'd
and
you
it's
cross the river? What do you mean?
Fucking
Bridge?
beautiful. Was it?
Did you jump the
He
river?
hovered.
How'd you get over?
He
It's
there?
dry
levitated.
as shit.
He
It was like
levitated.
there-
Okay.
I could jump across.
You
I'm
just glaze
skipping
over.
rocks.
Okay.
Just
Frodo
imagine
Baggins can levitate.
I don't
all
have
right?
Bomar muscles. I'm not heavy. I'm
He
just skipping. I'm
levitates.
floating across these rocks.
He's like Jesus. He can just walk
Yeah,
across
continue,
water.
continue.
Anyway,
Just imagine that for a moment. All right, that's good. And then so I'm hunting this hub and it looks phenomenal. The sign is there. These deer are bedding on. I already hunted it one day and I had 2 shooters come down off this hill into this hub. And they followed this doe up to this little acorn flat. But what I noticed when I went hunting in the morning is this one hill that I was hunting in front of is super steep. So what was happening is the wind is coming over this hill, then it's swirling back
Okay.
because of how steep it is. The wind's coming over the top. And
It's like
pulling
a
back.
ricochet of wind.
Yeah, it's literally going the opposite
Okay.
direction. So I got really nervous. I don't remember where the hell I was going with the story. What are you guys talking about?
Crossing a river.
oh Lord, have mercy.
No, but before that, why did I even bring this up?
While you were
Putting stuff
Something
on-
about the
you were
wind and
walking
scent.
on water.
putting stuff on your skin.
Yeah, I mean,
I was rubbing the lotion on my skin.
oh man,
I have a
we just
separate
went to
idea.
a
I have
beach
a
separate idea.
vacation. Anyway,
I had
No, what
Oh,
I
you
did
got
is
it?
when
You
I
got
got
it?
to the river,
Yeah.
I picked right back up. When I got to the river, this doesn't work, so don't do this. But I literally grabbed all the river dirt, and I was fucking sweating balls because it was like 75 degrees walking.
Rubbed it
bag
off.
sticker, huh?
But I just rubbed dirt, literally, to soak up all my sweat. I rubbed it all over my arms, all over my face, all over my
you
hair.
look like.
Did you
fucking
happen to
Arnold
notice
Schwarzenegger in
that there was
Predator.
bear poop in it?
There's no bears in Illinois, bro.
You
They're
don't know.
Illinois bears,
Yeah,
but they don't
there's
have
Chicago
bears.
Bears. There's a ton of bears in there. What are you talking about?
They pee in the river. They poop in the river. They're
Show
disgusting
me
fans.
an Illinois bear.
No, the Bears fans.
You go to
shit in the river.
Chicago. They always shit on the side of the river. Don't you know
Anyway,
this?
okay, so you rubbed the
Anyway.
mud on you like Predator. Well, I mean Arnold in Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made a bow out of
Yeah,
bamboo
I'll-
sticks. I didn't shoot one.
No? With your
My
with your
dad
homemade
tried
hickory
to
stick?
cross the river once
No.
during the Nicolay.
I could have shot an ubby. He bedded down 4 yards from me.
Oh, you should have shot him.
Yeah,
So my dad's
easy to carry out.
Nicolay National Forest is back when we hunted up there. It's my favorite place. It's I can't do the Trump accent at all, but anyway.
Was that the trumpet?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
You got to work
lost.
on that.
I
He's
can't
lost
do
all.
I can't
Yeah.
do any accent. It's like trying to find my way in the dark. Like last night, I was fucked. Turn around. I was like, I'm completely.
You
not
and Tyler were
turnable.
both turn around.
I don't know what
That's
happened. In my
okay.
brain.
That
Put them in a
happens.
paper bag.
Dude,
That'll
no.
be fun.
Yeah, no, I'm telling. At nighttime, it's a problem. At daytime, fuck you. But nighttime,
They're both arguing with me about which way to get out. I was like, no,
You're
guys,
going,
we gotta
no,
go
I'm
this
pretty
way.
sure it's that way.
Yeah.
I know because I've gone there at least 3 times,
I was like, if Greg were here, he'd have a field day with this, but he'd be right. But
but I
so
wasn't.
we're up in the Northwoods. There's like some snowmobile bridge. I don't know.
That's a real thing.
Across this big creek, and I'm in this tree. And dude, at this point, I know nothing about wind, nothing about buck, nothing. I'm just like, oh, there's a tree. I'm gonna climb this one, I guess. I don't know. And that's what I did.
So are you picking any tree to climb, or
Yeah,
does
I
your
know.
dad have like a tree?
No, I just picked any tree. I just like, let's like,
pretty
this
good.
one's a tree. This is a tree. I'll climb it, and maybe a deer will come by.
I mean,
Don't
the
have
odds are
any.
probably the same, to be
No.
honest with you. In the Northwoods.
Just a chance hunter all day.
It's just an okay
And I hear
hunter out in
I
the
hear
woods.
I hear like this like splash crash situation happen.
Splash crash.
And I'm like,
Hmm.
fuck is that?
Sounds
I mean,
interesting.
because you know how sound travels in big open areas like the Northwoods, and when there's snow on the ground, like you
Yeah,
could
you can
hear,
hear a
you could
splash
hear
crash.
shit.
Actually, a beaver.
And then I meet up my dad later on back of the truck, and he's like, "Yeah, I tried to cross this creek." I was like, "I think I heard that." He's like,
It was an ass. It was an ass crack.
Yeah, it's an ass crack.
he fell in. He's like, I saw these. He's like, I saw these coyote tracks. I thought, well, he made it. I could make
Hey,
it.
like father, like son, right, Caleb?
Yeah,
He tried to.
he can
jump
do it. I can
and
do it.
just
It's fine.
Fell in.
Send it.
But I heard the whole thing. I heard the whole thing, and I was like, and I'm in my mind like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, geez, that was loud. And it was
Yeah,
my,
I heard.
turns out it was
I'm
my
gonna have
dad.
to hang up my underwear. God damn it!
Well, I'm gonna walk over there and take a look, and you see some old man's fucking long johns hanging from the.
Why is there bloomers in the
Tulies.
tree?
Yeah, dude's bloomers are in the tree.
Is that a mock scrape?
It's
get
a
back-
box
we get-
scrape in his
I
shorts.
think he was driving a Ram Charger at the time. It could have been the Ram Charger. Is he the Ram Charger?
And knowing
or
your
the-
dad,
we get back to the truck.
there's
and
a good chance there was undergarments missing.
Yeah, probably. But there's like deer tracks right by the truck.
Just
that weren't there
patches,
before. I was like, oh, the deer by the truck the whole
You know,
time.
like
Oh yeah.
Could've
with
just
my
stayed
hunting
here.
undies.
I think he shot a doe at some point.
But the
Hell
Bucks
yeah.
walked past the Ram Charger 100%.
Dude, they were
Just
right.
went like, "Oh, okay, it's
there.
Hunter guy."
They
All
probably
good.
licked it. They got their tongue stuck to the metal and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
there
what
was a little
holds them
salt.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Salt on
some
the
metal.
fender?
Yeah,
Yeah.
salt some metal. That'll get
A
you.
rolling salt block
do
from
that in
all
new
the salt we
cars.
put on the roads.
I don't have anything else to say other than
You don't know what to do with your hands.
Tomorrow you're gonna shoot a deer, right?
Yeah,
Eric.
right.
in my
Eric?
knockoff hat from wherever the hell.
Let me ask you a question though.
From
Are you gonna? So you got
Bangladesh.
this cool plan of your cargo pants, Rambo style.
Yeah.
At any point during the day, are you gonna go? Freaking hey! I really wish I brought like
My
two
saddle and 2
steps and a
sticks.
saddle.
Yeah, at least.
Two
You know what I did one time?
Are you gonna wish? that
in
you
One
band
had-
time
camp?
I just climbed a fucking tree. Like I just climbed it and sat in the tree. And I was like,
Spider pig. Spider pig does whatever a spider pig does.
I do that to my
Climbs
clients
a
all the
tree.
time.
Thank
No,
you
we
for-
can't. He's just a spider pig. You're welcome.
I don't know. But I'm debating about bringing Caleb or not, because like Caleb could go hunt with Tyler. I think he's hunting with you.
We're gonna try and
maybe
put
have-
something together.
So I'm kind of like, look, man, if he's not going
I
to be
won't.
with me,
I
I'm going to
won't
just go
put you down.
Rambo.
I promise I'll get
See,
you.
I can see Tyler's blood pressure rising right now. It's raising.
And he's
Lord
like,
have
did I
mercy.
do something wrong when we hunted the first time? Like, was I too loud or something? No, it has nothing to do with you. I just think I would need to be Ramboing it. Like, I need to just go ninja and kill someone.
Are you gonna get it on film?
He'll get it. Don't worry. He'll be
I don't
hiding
know.
in
Are
the
you
canary
gonna get it on
grass
film
and
if
put
he's
your
not
finger
there?
I was
on.
just going to put my GoPro on something. And,
Dude, he's totally gonna get you like grabbing canary grass and raising your finger off.
I'm not convinced that that's what happened. Greg.
Do you might
I
come
am.
back with 4 fingers tomorrow?
I am. 4 fingers or it's not a hunt.
Two-handed bush shaker. Remember that shit?
Oh.
4 finger. You're gonna be the
Do
4
I
finger
remember
bush
the
finger.
two-handed bush shaker?
Yeah,
God,
at
I think
least.
about it every time. in
all the
woods.
time. Every time.
I did the two-handed bush shaker when I got down last year when you told me to move, and I got down.
How'd it work?
I scared the shit out of the deer and he ran away.
Well, see, you were too aggressive.
I was
It's
like,
not
Maybe
your-
a one-handed
what
bush
little-
shaker.
what
It's
little-
not little Eric, okay? You can't be jerking it around.
What a little bitch of a buck to run off like that. Like
That's right.
oh,
You didn't
no,
wanna
you
shoot-
don't
want to shoot.
You didn't want to shoot that one anyway. It's a little bitch of a buck.
He wouldn't even come and fight me.
You're gonna run away from a two-handed bush shaker. You can just.
You're not
Speaking of
worth it,
runaway,
so-
Keep
this
walking.
episode has really run away.
Yeah, all right. let's
What
just
were
move
we
on.
supposed to talk about?
I don't know.
Check the
Two-handed
film. The
bush
film will
shaker.
be coming out soon. Hopefully, our beer camp hoodies should be launching this week. I think so. We got a whole bunch of new designs for the beer camp. stuff.
Get a red plaid
The plaid
Venado,
Venado,
okay,
yeah.
as
They're
Hunter.
really warm.
flannel, would
Really.
you?
Yeah, sincerely, they're like.
I'm
too
wearing
hot.
this sucker during gun season.
If you don't want it, get it for someone for Christmas.
Look at that, huh?
It's beautiful.
If you don't want to get that for some.
It's
for something,
actual quality. Like it's
It is.
it's actually really nice.
It's just very hot. I'm just telling you, like it's warmer than you think. You're just gonna.
I'm
sweat
gonna
a lot.
not wear this until I get to where I want to sit, and then I will put it on.
My favorite thing is to wear it over a hoodie.
Fair enough.
I don't know why. I like
So
having
you
a
can
hood on.
sweat extra. I don't understand.
When it's cold enough to wear that over a hoodie, then I'm like in my happy place.
Well, don't do that tomorrow. 'cause it's not
Your
gonna be
happy
that cold.
places for little bitches. Anyway, where
Yeah,
we at?
probably. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We don't have any guests lined up for the rest of like I don't know the when, but we do have the deer camp episode that'll be coming up soon. The deer camp meeting, like the rifle.
2
over.
weeks.
My buddy Clayton will be driving in from Michigan. Mike will be coming in from Waukesha, and Joel will be coming in from over in Oconomowoc. And so it'll be us 4 dipshits.
That'll be entertaining.
Last year, Clayton got really drunk And if you watched the deer camp episode on YouTube and Carbon TV, you can meet these guys, on the show, because I had them do like, I'm Joel, I'm Clayton, I'm Mike, and they're like, what am I doing? Do I gotta say my name?
Joel's really funny in those.
Joel's basically like, why would we take the easy way?
Joel's really funny. in
Joel's
that part.
awesome.
So anyway, that's I've known these guys since forever.
They're all
so.
awesome
Since
people.
7th grade.
And
I've
you're
known
going there this year, right?
No, I'm not.
He was, and then now he's not.
No.
Now you're
He got me
not.
all
You
excited.
some bitch.
I went from 6
You-
to noon, and now I'm back down from noon to
Oh,
9.
you dirty some bitch.
It'll come to noon once you shoot your shooter buck. You'll be fine.
You're my shooter.
What are you
buck. You
doing?
got to come to deer camp with me. Damn it, Greg.
Are you doing house deer camp again?
Who's gonna be our
I'm doing
cook?
house gear.
God
camp.
damn it, Greg.
You need to learn how to pick up the slack and burn your own roast,
That's some
man.
solo dolo bullshit. You're
I'm with
missing
Eric
out.
on this
You're
one.
missing out.
What the hell are you doing? You need to deer camp it up.
It's deer camp.
Your
Camp.
house is not a deer camp,
I know it's not.
but you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's deer prison.
do
Give me
have
the
to-
look. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I can skin
I thought about it real quick,
Looks
and
like
I'm okay with it.
Peter, you look like I got some sadness behind those eyes.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You gotta
We
do
love
more
you,
of
Greg.
I
All
know.
that shit we
I
just
know.
talked, we were just joking.
Just joking, guys. It's okay. All right.
It's all good.
Anyway,
Have a good night. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. We'll talk to you soon.
happy deer season.